Let's have a great show today, guys. Start of the 30-day challenge series. It's going to be absolutely bananas, not banana.
I learned this, and it's called, you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails.
Oh, I think that makes a lot of sense. You know, life changes, and you can change with it.
Well, that's not what it means.
Oh,
But
my bad.
I know what it means.
Yeah, tell me more about what
It
it
means it's not about what happens to you. It's how you react to make a better choice.
That's very wide.
That is the perfect way to sum up real estate and what's going to happen in your real estate career. We cannot control the wind. We cannot. We can only control how we react. And I am telling you this, if you make it the foundation of your business to be wildly proactive and have as many quality conversations as possible with property owners and make as many offers as possible to property owners, you will win, and you will win massively. And that's why we put together this new series that's going to be coming out every Wednesday here on the Brent Daniels YouTube channel called the 30-Day Challenges. It's going to have all sorts of different door knocking challenges and land challenges and multifamily and creative finance, raising funds, all of these things so that we could really round out our skills in this business, because it truly is a skills-based business. All right. Now, today, I love this topic. I love the topic of vacant land because I think it's a very, very, very awesome way to get into the flow of making income through real estate and not having to really have a tremendous amount of expertise in regards to comping properties, having a tremendous amount of cash buyers, or really understanding rehab budgets. And it gives you a really good avenue to be able to get passive income. And behind me on the whiteboard, I'm going to show you is a whole process map that we're going to follow. This is based off of an interview that we did on this channel with Brent Bowers about 18 months ago. We're going to revisit that process map. I'm going to give you the tools, the resources, everything that you need so that you can go out and take massive imperfect action today so that you can go out and get a deal in the next 30 days. All right, so let's hop right in. Let's show you what I mean by going after vacant land, and how do we find the land to go after? How do we negotiate it? What do we offer? How do we market for vacant land? And then how do we sell the vacant land? We're going to go through it all. Not only that, at the top of the hour, we're going to have Brent Bowers coming in, and he's going to give his expertise. This is his roadmap. And we also have, of course, the incredible Tom Croll, my coach, the coach of all coaches here. In about 30 minutes, he's going to come and give so much wisdom to us in his time with us. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And then we've got Elijah Bryant, a young superstar that has taken the land buying world by storm. And he's got just an incredible story. He was like a DoorDash driver and has made an absolute fortune flipping land. So strap in, get ready. We've got an unbelievable show. I've got Rafael Cortez here that's going to join us in just a little bit, but let's jump into the actual instruction. All right. First thing first, what I want you to do is go to Redfin. All right. Let me share this with you guys. Let me get in here and share this so that you can actually see what I'm doing. All right, here you go. So in Redfin, this is what I want you to do. Okay. Yeah. You'll get into it. And I did it by county because I want a pretty big area and I want to kind of outskirts. You can see Phoenix is my main market here, but Pinal County is out here. And this is where there's just going to be cheaper land. And I really like this because it's a great price point for your buyers to get in. And there could be a lot of activity. So when you're looking at where to focus your efforts, I want it within 2.5 hours of you driving there. All right. Like a 2.5 hour bubble of literally where you're located right now or wherever you live. All right. And this is within that 2.5 hours. And what I did here is I went in and I marked all the solds, not the for sale. I'm not interested in that. I want to see where the activity is. All right. And then I went the last 3 months. You can go last month. You can go last week. I went last 3 months just to give us more examples and to really show how to pinpoint the hot areas that people are buying land. So you've got these last 3 months. And in here, when it comes to the different types of properties, I want you to click on the land. All right, click on land. And then the other filters that I want you to look at is I just want you to make sure that all of these are selected here. It's showing that it was the last 3 months. It's showing that it's land and it's showing that these are sold. All right, just verify all those. They should be in there, but just make sure that they are. Now, from here, you can see that we've got some property, some vacant land that is sold. That's great. But what I'm looking for are the clusters of land that I can go after. All right. I want to pinpoint the most popular areas. And so this is all of Pinal County, but now I'm clustered and look at this. Look at these clusters here. I can see there's a bunch of properties that are selling here. There's a bunch of properties that are selling right here. And you can see as I zoom in, Redfin does a very good job of focusing the ones that I'm looking at. So there's 94 properties, lots that have sold in this area in the last 3 months. That's bananas. That's like one lot every single day. That's what you're looking for. All right. So then you look at this and you go, okay, this is 85123. Absolutely fantastic. I understand that. And then what I like is I like clicking this table button here because when you click the table button, it'll start giving you some stats. And you can see that the average for these properties is $29,000. All right. $29,000. This is a number to remember because what I want to offer is I want to offer half of that. I want to offer half of that. Now, I'm going to pull out of this real quick. And Matt, let's go to the board if we can. And let's look at the process map. Okay. Now, this is the playground. This is the start. This is where you are looking. Where are the opportunities? Where are the buyers? Where's their demand from the buyers in the marketplace? That's where we find the playground. The next step here is to pull your list. Now we want to pull a list of properties, of vacant lots in that county, in that zip code, whatever you did to really define it, to really pull it down, that have been owned for at least 10 years, okay? They've been owned for 10 years, and they're out-of-state owners. Imagine this. You live out of state. You own this obscure piece of land somewhere in Arizona, but you live in Wisconsin. You live in Florida. You live in Texas. You live in North Dakota. You live somewhere else, right? And you own it 10 years. You've just been paying property taxes on this 10 years. It's literally been a liability to you 10 years, right? Assets put money into our pocket. Liabilities take money out of our pockets. So let's pull that list. Boom, boom. We're going to step you through this whole process, baby. All right. So now, listen, whatever you want to use, you can use PropWire. It's a free resource by Jerry Norton. He's absolutely incredible. I like using flipfinder.ai because they have an AI list that is absolutely bananas, that takes all the demographics of all the investor purchases, the demographics of the sellers, and then the characteristics of the properties that have sold, and they smush them together, and it's awesome. But we're not talking about that now. We're talking about land. So what I did is I went in here. I went to Pinal County. I went to properties. I went to land. I went over here, and I selected land. Okay. I went into more here, and I put in years of ownership 10. Oh, shoot. I got to share the screen. Sorry, guys. I feel like it's like Zoom, but it's not Zoom. You know what I mean? Here we go. Let me get back into this. Okay, guys, here you go. So what I did is I just searched by Pinal County, and I went over here for land. I got rid of everything else, and I just went land. Let's get rid of other too. I went to land, done. And then I go to more here, and I go in years of ownership, just like I said, 10 years. You want them to like be, you want them in their mind, the property owners in their mind, to be like, I haven't thought about this property except for once a year when I have to pay the property taxes, right? They had dreams of building a house there. They had dreams of retiring there, whatever it is. But now things have changed, right? They own this property, and they right here live, look at this, out of state. You could just click a couple buttons and find the out of state owners that have owned land for 10 years. And you've got 679 properties to go after. The other thing that I did here is I just wanted to, I know that the lower the price point, the bigger the pool of buyers there's going to be. So I put a max sale price of $50,000. Because there's going to be lots that pull up that were like $8 million, right? And it's like 1,000 acres or something crazy. I don't want to deal with any of that. I want the properties that were purchased 10 years ago for $50,000 or less. You can even play around with that if you want, right? And then you've got all of these properties, which is absolutely incredible. I got 679 properties. Now, what do? Let's take a look. Let's go back to the board. I'm going to stop sharing this. And hopefully I'll share the next time I get back into my computer and act like a professional, not like somebody that's doing this for the first time. All right, here we go. You pull the list, and then you send them direct mail, LOL. And that doesn't stand for laughing out loud. That stands for your land offer letter. And I'm going to give you that letter. I'm going to give you the top letter that you can use so that you can just plug and play with all this. I'm going to show you the technology to use so that you can just send this all out with a few clicks of the button. It's going to take you 8 minutes to send out as many letters as you want. But you send out your direct mail letter, land offer letter, right? And what you're going to send it out at is 50%. So we just saw here, let's go back in here. I'm going to be dancing around today, apparently. Let's go back into Pinal County. And we saw that the average of these land lots was 29,000. So I'm going to offer 14.5 on as many of these properties as possible. And then what I want to look at, and look at some of these. Some of these are going for 5, 4,500, 6,000. Like I'm looking at some of these and I'm like, maybe I got to offer less. Maybe I got to go into these lower prices. Maybe I'm going to offer 5,000 for every single property that's under call it half an acre. You can see a lot of these properties right here are about 10,000 square feet. So if you look at it and you go, okay, well, 10,000 square feet is selling for $30,000, $35,000. That's about $3.50 a square foot. I'm going to go a third of that to a half of that. I'm going to go $1 to $1.50 per square foot on these lots. Is this getting you excited? Isn't this bananas? This is awesome. So you get into these and you're looking at these and you're pulling your list from Flip Finder here. Oh, hold on. And you pull all that list, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put it into this one right here. You're going to put it into this resource that's going to send everything for you. Boom, share. It's called PebbleREI.com. PebbleREI.com. Land investing is messy. Get organized and grow your land business with one platform. You literally take an Excel list, you put it in here, okay? And then you upload your offer letter. They let you determine, what percentage are you going to offer on these, or what price are you going to offer on these land letters? And then you send them out. Isn't that awesome? And here's the key to this. This is something that's really important. It's something that Brent Bowers is going to talk to us about here coming up in just a bit when he joins us, is a lot of these people, and this is going to sound crazy for everybody that's under 30, really under 40, really under 50, maybe under 60 years old, is a lot of these people fax it back. They have fax machines. That's how bananas this is. So make sure that you have a fax number that's attached, not an actual machine. At this point, it just scans and it sends you an email, but you can get like an e-fax. You can go to like electronic fax on Google and get an e-fax number that you can then get all these when people fax these, because they will. It's crazy. Some of them are going to sign the purchase agreement, the land offer letter, and they're going to just mail it back to you. And sometimes they don't even put their phone number. Isn't that crazy? So they're going to accept these. The way that Brent Bowers describes it, every 1,000 letters he sends, he gets 3 accepted. Isn't that great? You could pull a list, and I don't know what these guys charge. Let me see what they charge for the for a letter. Yeah, you've got this is billed yearly. Blah, 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 blah. You got a bunch of stuff here. It's all in there, but they'll send out your stuff. I would assume that's probably about $1, right? Anywhere from $1 to $1.50 to send out an actual letter, offer letter. And so you're talking, it just depends, but you're talking about sending out $1,000 and or $1,500 and getting 3 deals, 3 potential deals. But that's not all. That's not the end of the process. Let's take a look at the board again. Here we go. So now you've got your land offer letter accepted, right? Or listen, maybe they give you a call and they say, hey, listen, I don't like that offer, but I'll take, $2,000 more, or I'll take 20 grand more, or whatever it is, right? They're like, yes, I do want to sell my property. They call you up, you start negotiating, you start doing your whole thing, and then you get the offer accepted. Or they just fax it back to you, or they just mail it back to you, or they just email it back to you. It's all in that letter. It shows, a fax, a number, an email, the whole thing, and so that they can reach out to you. But either way, it's a percentage of those letters that you send out get accepted. So now you've got, typically in the letter it's going to give you, or in the offer, it's going to give you 30 days to do your due diligence. What are we looking for in those 30 days? You're calling down to the planning and zoning department and you're seeing what can be built on this land. Is it in a floodplain? Does it have an easement running through it? Is there anything that can be done? What is the highest and best use for this piece of land? That's really what you're discovering, right? And at the same time, you're talking to all your land buyers and you're going back to Redfin and you're clicking on all those sold listings and you're finding the person that's selling the most land. And you say, hey, listen, I'm closing on this piece of land. It's $10,000. I can get it to you. Don't even tell them what you're buying it for. It doesn't matter. I can get it to you for $10,000. Do you have a buyer for it? Oftentimes they have a pocket buyer ready for that piece of land. Then you already got it sold. Come on now. What are we talking about? So you do your due diligence, you make sure you understand what's going on, and then you renegotiate based on what can I do with this property? What's the highest and best use of this property? What can I make on this property? You're talking to the agents that are selling land. People specialize in selling land. They should be your best friends. And then you have a conversation. And then you go, okay, I just assign it. Or this is what Brent Bowers is the master of, and this is what he really teaches, is you close on it. You go and raise some funds from your family, your friends, from assigning other deals. You put it back into these properties. This is what he does. He goes and he assigns like half of them, and he takes all of that money. He doesn't live off of that. I'll show you. He lives off of doing other deals and assigning other deals and some big, he does a couple big land deals a year that really pays for his lifestyle. It does phenomenal, but he'll just buy it and put it back into, he'll just assign the deals and put it back into closing them, and then he'll either flip it, and then again with these two he's going to recycle to buy more properties. And then his goal is this. His goal is to owner finance that land, and that happens by marketing the property with those agents that you've talked to. Now you own the property and you go, listen, I'm willing to owner finance this for as long as people want to owner finance it, right? For whatever makes sense from a cash flow standpoint. But then he gets a down payment for usually 50 to 75% of what he bought it for. So he's only got like 50 to 25 to 50% into these deals. He keeps recycling the money all the time to buy more land, to get owner finance, which means he gets a down payment and he gets a note on the land. He's the bank. He's not the landlord. He's the actual bank. He's getting 9 to 12%. There's no qualifying. There's no credit checks. If they want to put a down payment that they know they will lose if they don't make their payments here, they now own the property. They're now paying the property taxes. He now has loans. A year and a half ago, he had $2.2 million worth of loans. Just doing this cycle over and over and over and over again. A $2.2 million asset at 9 to 12%. Bananas. He was making $17,000 in passive income from those loans every single month. It's got to be more now. I'm excited to bring him on the show. I haven't even talked to him. I've talked to him, but I haven't even talked to him about the specifics of how much he's actually making now, how much he's gotten loans, what's happened in the last 18 months. Has land been more popular, less popular? Does he get more in interest? Does he get less in interest? It's all coming up. So stay tuned. But does this make sense? Does this make sense in the process? Does this whole process map make sense? Let me give, I haven't even given you the offer letter. Let me give you the offer letter that he uses. It's right here. He's got it at, let me share this with you. Boom. Land Sharks offer letter. Right here. The landsharks.com/LOL. Landsharks.com/LOL. Isn't that awesome? So now you know what he sends. You know who he sends it to, or in your area. I'm sure he's got his honey holes that he's figured out, his cash cow areas that he's figured out over time. By the way, he's a phenomenal land coach at landsharks.com. And yeah, you'll get into whatever email funnel this is, but I think it's worth it, especially if you're going to take land seriously. And it works. This is what he does. He takes this, and then he goes over and he goes to Pebble right here, and he uploads that, and he sends it out, printing and mailing. Boom. Let's see what they've got here. And it tracks all the data, and it takes him 8 minutes to send out a campaign, and he sends thousands out. Absolutely bananas. Look at that. And then the offer letter's right there. You can get the offer letter template at thelandsharks.com/LOL. We cooking. We are cooking. And listen, do you have to call? Do you have to mail them? No. Are you going to have a way higher response rate if you call them? Absolutely. But maybe you're doing this part-time. Maybe you don't want to get on the phone. Maybe you just want people to call you. You want inbound instead of outbound leads. I get it. Maybe you're an absolute unstoppable, powerful force, and you're like, I want to talk to these people right now. That would be my approach. Let me just get their phone numbers. You can get it at flipfinder.ai. You can skip trace all of these. You can just literally save this list, go in, skip trace it, get the phone numbers, start calling them. Start talking about their piece of. You want to know who doesn't get calls? People that own vacant land. I'll tell you that. That's who's not getting a bunch of bombarded, but with the, hey, do you still have that rental property? Have you thought about selling your rental property? Start calling some land people. But if they're on the do not call list, boom, mail, click, boom, 8 minutes, and this Pebble company, PebbleREI.com will do it for you. Absolutely incredible. And then you're just responding to calls, emails. Put a PO box probably. You can get guys. You can get a mailing address online. You can get a virtual PO box really easy. So what happens is they send to a physical box and they scan all of your stuff and put it in as an email. Isn't that awesome? Guys, we got Tom Croll. He's throwing fists. He's jumping up and down. He's unstoppable. He feels like $1 million today. He's going to absolutely blow your face off with unbelievable business advice. We got to call his segment something, Matt. Tom, we got to call your segment something. Tommy's corner. Tommy's knockout punch. Tommy's business strategies for complete and utter happiness and domination. Something, I don't know. We'll workshop it. But guys, let's go back one more time before I bring Tom on and go through this. Let me stop sharing this. Right here. Let's go through it again. All right. Figure out where people are buying. Pull a list in that area. Mail them a land offer letter, not a laugh out loud. Get your land offer accepted. Do your due diligence. You got 30 days typically to do it. If you can't do the deal, tell them you can't do the deal. I mean, that's when you get into renegotiating. If it's a price thing or if there's just nothing you could do, you let them know or you cancel it. You just say, this is what I found out about the property. You either assign it or you close on it. You then either flip it or do an owner finance. And if you want to be the bank, which is the tippity top of the pyramid when it comes to real estate investing, everything flows down from being the bank, from the financing of it. You can create notes and then just keep putting your money into creating notes and cycle. And if somebody doesn't pay, you get the property back and you do it again and you get another down payment and another note on that property and again. And that's the process. So guys, 30-day challenge. We're going to have Brent Bowers on here. He's going to do a way better job of really giving you the nuts and bolts of this. But if you have any questions, guys, do not leave this show without getting your questions answered, because I'm going to have Brent Bowers and Elijah Bryant on, and it's going to blow your mind, all the knowledge that they have. So make sure you put in the chat or in the comments the questions that you have. Got it? Awesome. You know what time it is. It's time for straight rocket fuel in your synapses, in your dome. We've got a little thing that we do for welcoming Tom to the show. So let's go ahead and do that and get Tom Croll on the show. Tom, you got to get a new headshot, bro. You got to get a new headshot.
What is that? That's 1989, I think.
It was. That was your 1989 life insurance pitch. Yeah.
I'm working on it, brother. We got to get some headshots done. That's we got to do them together.
That's it. Dude, I'm getting headshots today. I've
got
a photographer coming in today.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Tom, so what are you working on? I know that you've got your manuscript, your book's coming out, hopefully sometime in the next, few months.
Yep.
But hit us with some knowledge. What are you seeing out there? What you speak with business owners, you coach business owners, you're involved in their business. They trust you to lead them through and really grow and scale and really stay profitable. What's really hitting you right now? What's really, something that you've been talking to your coaching people about?
What's interesting is I'm watching you go through the board, right? And it's so easy. You've got to almost ask, why do some people hear this and not do it? And what I want to share with anyone who's listening, if I could just help one person really change their life right now, it's you got to be radical. I don't know a single multimillionaire who did not go through a season of outworking everyone else around them. You have got to have OCD. You've got to be singularly focused. You've got to wake up in the morning. You got to, just like Scott Alexander from Rhinoceros Success teaches us, you got to leap out of bed and you got to just get right to it. First thing in the morning, you got to believe in yourself. You got to put all of your time, your energy, your focus, your revenue, your attention, laser focused. You got to outwork everyone around you. Don't think that you can just do it. This is not a motivational thing. This is, you got to have as much faith in yourself as a kidnapper has. You know who has the most faith in you? As a kidnapper. They'll say, well, I don't have any money. If your kids are in a van, God forbid, down to Mexico, you're going to come up with $100,000 quick. That's the kind of motivation you got to wake up with every single day, because that's actually what's on the line anyway. Your kids are watching you. You want to be the dad or the mom or the brother or the son or the daughter that you're supposed to be. You got to just get this done, or you got to die trying. And I can tell you, I have created probably more millionaires. I know Brent, maybe only beaten by Brent, than maybe anybody on the.
No, you got it. You got it for sure.
No, I'll tell you. You want to talk about what they have? Is they have that dogged pit bull determination that you are going to make this happen, or you're going to die trying. And I'm telling you, I've never been to a client's funeral. I've never had a client who's passed away yet. I've been doing this for over a decade, and I've never had one client pass away ever from anything in all that time. So I'm going to tell you, if I can do it, someone who got a 990 on their SAT, barely graduated, got kicked out of college, I'm telling you that you can do it. You have got to go all in. You got to create a draft. You know what a draft is, right? When something's going so fast and so powerfully with so much mass, sometimes one of my clients will say to me, Tom, like, I want to have this guy's result, or, I want to use this marketing guy because this other guy uses them, or I want to use this. It's not the marketing guy. It's the main guy. It's the one it's Brent Daniels creating that draft and bringing everybody. Brent Daniels surrounded by good people because good people follow good people. You got to create that draft that's so powerful that good people can't help but want to be around you. And, as I'm watching you go through this board, I've done land deals. You've done land deals. Yeah. What is it? This is not rocket science. This is a numbers game. Marketing is a numbers game. You want to know who wins? It's not the best marketing. It's the biggest marketing. It's the most volume. If you have money, put your money towards it. If you're broke, put your time and sweat energy into it. There's statistical anomalies at low volume. You want to go big. Most people who own land don't want to sell it. Most people who own land don't want to sell. Most people who want to sell it don't want to sell it to your low price. Keep going until you drop. And here's the thing. If you do that, hustle is a season. It's not a lifestyle. I promise you, the more you do that, the more you build up in assets and in reserves. When Brent is talking about be the bank, the more you do that, what do wealthy people do? Wealthy people, they don't buy and sell. They buy and hold, and they buy and trade up, right?
Yep.
It's easy. This stuff is easy. There's nothing complicated here. It's a numbers game. You gotta just go. You got to be radical. You got to be loud. Like Brent says, you got to be outrageous. I remember when I started, I was sitting at a Panera Bread and somebody had said to do something. I went over to the other table. The lady was wearing a Century 21 badge and I just started talking about deals. I was so past being done what other people thought about me. And, you know, a lot of times wealthy, they'll say, well, rich people don't care what anybody thinks. That's not true. Rich people absolutely care what other people think, but they don't care what you think about them when they're strong in their position.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you want to be. You don't want to be let embarrassment. Most of the wealthy people I know drive old cars and they don't care what other people think in the silly stuff, right? I care what my wife and my kids think about me. But guys, I'm going to tell you, you can do this. This is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Don't get in your own way. Don't be careful of your self-thought in the morning. It's like what you tell yourself about, you know, who said what when you were younger or getting chose last for the basketball team, whatever it was that's bugging you. You got to get out of your own head. Keep a book near your bed. The minute your eyes are adjusting to the light, read a good book. Read Rhinoceros Success. Read Dream First, Details Later by Elaine Bennett. Read every book by Daniel Lapin, who else? Ryan Holiday. These are guys, you're sitting with the greatest people. Read the Man in the Arena quote from Teddy Roosevelt. Read, and pour that into your mind. Don't watch out for this negative self-talk. If I can do it and Brent can do it, you know, this is easy peasy, guys. There's nothing complicated here. You got to just do it or you got to die trying. And like I said, I've never been to a client funeral. So, you know,
Tom is on fire, guys. Give Tom some love in the comments there. But guys, if you are not following Tom on Facebook, you are missing out on daily inspiration, daily unbelievable instruction and just wisdom. You're really missing out. So, Tom, is there a group that you have? Is it Coaching Inc. in Facebook?
Yeah. So it's Coaching Inc. And I have Coaching Inc. on Facebook, but I've got, you know, I coach coaches. You know, Brent, you were talking about Brent Bowers. He's one of our clients. Yeah. I'm very fortunate to be able to be the personal consultant and coach to some of the greatest owners, the most influential business, and not just in coaching and not just in real estate, but my students now or my clients are all over the place. But I just want to encourage everyone listening here, guys, you know, business is easy. Owners are complicated. Get out of your own way. Be careful of distractions. You know, be careful of the things that are going to take you out of the game. This business can really, truly bless your life and bless the life of all of your loved ones. And it's, you know, I don't know how else to say it except to say, if you are a very valuable person and you should need to have a lot of faith in yourself. Just put yourself, I wish I could go to your house and sit there with you and force you to get out of your living room and out of Panera Bread and out of Starbucks and literally knock on the door for you. Because I'm telling you, if you get 100 rejections every time you do, you should smile, because it's the next deal. It's the next one, or it's the next person you talk to. You got to will yourself to do it. And once it's not the first deal, it's the third deal. By the time you do your third deal, you are just going to be on your way. Your deal size, you're going to be doing cool things like, you know, well, Brent and I will talk offline and we'll say, well, you know, we usually do less deals, bigger deals, and let's get into commercial. Let's buy a student housing building. Like, you know, this is what life is like on the other side of it. Is you have this freedom, and it doesn't matter if it's real estate or door hinges. It's all the same. It's once you know how to do this, I have ownership, partial ownership in honestly so many companies. I would have to count them. I'm not even sure. It doesn't matter what the product or service is. It's business is all the same. You have to focus on revenue in first position, do everything you can to get to revenue. And you got to just make sure the people who pay you money, you got to take good care of them. That's it. That's business. It's easy. There's nothing more complicated than that.
What does that mean, Tom? Revenue in first position. What does that mean?
Yes.
And Luke, will you give this to Matt? I got to get Brent Bowers a link. Anyway,
I love Brent Bowers. What a sweetheart.
yeah.
Revenue in first position, guys. I will tell you here's what it means. Revenue in first position means exactly that. Some people will say, well, Tom, what about people? What about people over? You always do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
That's without, of course, but your business, the lifeblood of your business is revenue, 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 revenue. You need to start your day with what are the things that generate revenue and do those things. Here's the difference. I've coached thousands of people. Who are the people who make it and people who don't? The people who don't, I want you to welcome to this new opportunity. Here's what I want you to work. I just got a note from a client yesterday. I opened it up this morning at 4:30. I was down here, started my day. I got a beautiful note from somebody. He just got to 6 figures per month, 125.
You're up at 4:30 a.m.
I start I'm right here at 4:30 a.m. every morning. Oh yeah.
What?
You better believe it. I love it. Yeah, that's it. 4:30 a.m. You guys can call me anytime. That's what I'm right here.
What time do you go to bed?
Early. I live in Florida, so we eat dinner around 2:00.
I love it.
Yeah, but we revenue in first position is here's the people who fail, right? I'm really excited about this opportunity. The first thing to do, I'm going to call my brother, my mother, my sister, my best friend, and tell them all about this great opportunity, right? Here's what the guy who's going to make money does, or the girl. They get on the phone, start driving revenue. Here's what the guy who's going to fail is going to do. I'm so excited about this opportunity. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and start designing a logo. Or I'm going to go to GoDaddy.com and start picking a domain name. Or I'm going to listen to every single podcast that's ever been recorded in the history of time about this subject. No. Right? It's instruction, massive perfect action, result, education. Education is a reward. It's at the end. It's the aftermath. It's the conclusion of your action. Education is not in the beginning. Instruction. Get one piece of instruction. Don't worry about the rest of the instruction. What does Brent Daniels want you to do today? Just do that. You're going to get a result, and that result is your education. You just keep staying on that cycle the whole time. Clear instruction, massive imperfect action, result, education. Clear instruction. You just keep going around and around. And once you do that a handful of times and you know the rule, the rule, this is why you have to be careful of what books you actually read. Don't just pick your own books. You got to be very, very careful of what books you read, because 80% of the books follow the second rule in business, which I know you guys know, right? Everyone is full of you know what, right? Yeah. So here's the deal. Be very careful about the books that you read. Otherwise you'll read, I won't even name some of the books because I know some people love them, but otherwise you'll read the wrong books. You get the wrong instruction. But guys,
they're all written by the same ghostwriters.
Yeah,
it's the same ghostwriters that are using your emotions and psychology to sell books. It's nonsense. And Tom and I have, we have a identical twin type of bookshelves at my house, right? Like it's filled up with really good stuff, but it took a while to understand, and really getting on the other side where you want to write a book, and then people are like, oh, you got to use this ghostwriter, you got to use this, you got to use this, and then it's the same themes over and over and over and over, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're not saying anything, they're just entertaining. And you really taught me, Tom, and this was something that was really, it was life-changing for me from a consumption of content. Filter it through, is this instruction, is it education, or is it entertainment?
Right.
And entertainment's always going to be inspirational, and entertainment's always going to pull your eyes, and it's going to, pull you into a land that, it's a suspension of your, your belief or whatever else, you know what I mean? Right. And it's great, but it does not get you paid. Right. I'm telling you, and that's why I built this YouTube channel, to give instruction. We do a little bit of entertaining just because it's fun and that's our personality, but most of it is centered around go do this because it actually works. And we're not, and we've been slow to grow with the YouTube channel because of that, but I don't care. I'm not going to go and copy somebody. Everybody went to Graham Stephan, and Graham Stephan blew up, and everybody took his coaching and just regurgitated Graham Stephan and became these big type things. But it's a house of cards. It's a house of cards because you can only dance for so long. You know what I mean? If you give real, pure instruction that's going to get people paid, that's how you really make an impact. And that's why I love you the most. That's why I was so attracted to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast and to being around you, is because you were like, no nonsense. It's not about your logo. It's not about your website. It's not about you writing the perfect letter, the perfect postcard, or the perfect script. It's about you going out and taking action. And the fact is, Tom, and you know this as well as I do, the dumbest people make the most money in this business.
Students, you better be nice to C students, because one day you're going to work for us. That's the key right there.
I'm just telling you. And
yeah.
I don't mean unintelligent. I just mean that we remove the obstacles from taking the action.
Right.
That's it. We remove the obstacles for taking the action. And once you do that and you realize that that's the only way that you can provide value to the marketplace is by actually providing value to the marketplace and not just talking about hypothesizing and pontificating about all the great things that you're going to do. Just talk to somebody.
I love everything. Philosophy is a luxury, guys.
Yes.
Perfection is a form of procrastination. And the thing that, Brent was just talking about, that's rule number 34, which is be the best, not the biggest. I have clients, sometimes they'll come on the application and people think, oh, you just take everybody on as a client. No way. I reject more people as clients. If you notice on all these lives, right, there haven't been any, what are they, marketing, CTAs, right?
Right.
I am super particular about who I take on. And guys, I'll tell you, you don't have aspirations. You want to know one of the secrets to financial freedom is understanding it's not your money. You are only the manager of money. It doesn't belong to you. The better steward of money you are, the more you're going to be put in charge of. It's not yours. It doesn't belong to you. You are the temporary manager of money, and you want to be a good steward of it, understanding that it's not yours is the first step to financial freedom. And one of the biggest secrets to happiness, peace, success, wealth is putting a cap on your financial aspirations. Set a big goal, whatever it is, 10 million. And then when you hit it, pick a new goal. There's no joy in running up the score of a one game. I am telling you guys, it's like this stuff in business, the old rules are the best rules. Read The Richest Man in Babylon. Read The Psychology of Money. There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing left to figure out. You just got to work the process, work the system that Brent is laying out in front of you. This is a numbers game. Do what is uncomfortable. If it's uncomfortable to make calls, that's where you're going to find your financial freedom. Make the calls. That's where you're going to do. It's right there. Just operate from your belly, not from your brain. Where do you feel the most discomfort? That's where you're going to get the best results.
How many rules do you have?
88. Well,
Woo!
88, but I will tell you, the publisher's been messing with me a little because they're condensing them. And Tom, you use the word adventure too much. I'm like, well, come on, it's an adventure. What are you talking? So now I'm down to about 67 rules, and they're all out of order. They condensed one. They added the one to the 8 rules of marketing. It used to be 7 rules. They said double check has to be the number 8. So now I don't even know, but I still remember most of the numeric. Yeah.
Let me ask you this. So you said be the best, not the biggest. How do we be the best? Last question.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to be the best, you have to be able to answer simple questions. And this gets back. I want you guys to start rehearsing your responses to critical questions, not the ones you're going to get all the times, but the ones that are important. The ones that don't be surprised, don't get so robotic in memorizing that script that when somebody actually does want to sell, that you get anxious and you lose your place. Start to memorize the responses to the critical questions that you need to do. This is where distractions, you guys don't forget, right? Distractions make money. That's why they're distracting. Mm-hmm. This is the universe's way, right? As soon as you start and all of a sudden your friend from high school is like, hey, I'm going to open up a bicycle shop and you should come in and do it with me. This happens every time. That you're not unique. Every time, right? So what you have to realize is you want to have a really big vision, and then you just want to take micro steps towards that vision, and you want to put your blinders on, and that's how you're going to have these results where they're exponential, they're compounding results. All of a sudden, you're number one. Why? Because instead of going and doing that thing with your high school buddy or your whatever it was, and making a real sacrifice, or one time with me, I was driving and I got a phone call from a seller. I literally stopped the car on Kashmir Boulevard. I jumped out. I ran back home, got in my car, and went to the seller's house. And I told Julie, I love you, but go out to dinner with the kids without me because this is a hot deal. I know for sure. And I got the deal. That's what happens when you are being congruent with your actions to your vision. All of a sudden, you're like, you know what I should do? Every single time I have a closing, I should use Sendmia or some other tool to capture a video review of that person telling them how great the transaction was. And that, okay, well, I did it once and now twice and now 10 times and now 50 times. And now no one in my whole territory can touch me because every time they look at my company, I've got 78 reviews of closings of them holding up signs and smiling because instead of doing that thing with my high school buddy, you think a distraction, whenever somebody says, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this other thing too, just is a justification.
Yeah.
You want to add value. You want to treat the people who pay you money really, really well. Stay on point, stay focused. Don't get distracted. Don't get disappointed. If you have self-doubt, just be careful about what you're telling yourself. And it's easy. And go with the old rules, not the new rules, the old rules. Read the books your mentors read. Don't pick your own books. I can't say this enough.
I love it. Tom, you're the best.
You're the best.
You're the best. You're the best, guys. Tom Croll, Kroll on Facebook. Check out Coaching Inc. as well. That's his group. He's pouring in so much wisdom every single week. And thank you for being on the show yet again, Tom. We're going to have to go through the whole 88 that you have. We're going to have to get more organized next week. I know that we've been through the first 12 or so maybe we'll pick up on 13 or 14 next week and just go through them. Thank you, Tom. Love you, bud.
Be well. Talk to you soon.
Awesome. Guys, wow. Listen, you know what I realized? I was watching today. Tom has this energy that's like, and a lot of people won't understand this reference, but you maybe. There was a unbelievable show called The Crocodile Hunter, and it had this incredible human called Steve Irwin. And Steve Irwin, if you like just Google anything or go on TikTok and just put in Steve Irwin, the energy that he has, the enthusiasm that he has for wildlife conservation is like Tom. And it's addictive, and it just pulls you in, and it's exciting, and it makes business fun, and it makes it fulfilling. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Definitely check out Steve Irwin and Tom Croll on Facebook. He is one that you need to follow. Okay. I've got a few questions here, and then we're going to get into our giveaway, and then I'm going to go over some tools, and then Raphael is going to be here, and then Brent Bowers is jumping on. Let me see exactly what time we've got him on. We've got him on in 40 minutes. We got Brent Bowers. He's going to go and really perfect this whole flow. Let's go through it one more time, just for anybody that is joining. This is for finding land deals in the next 30 days. This is a 30-day challenge. You can do this. You need to get a deal in the next 30 days following this process. Or you should, or you could, or you would. I don't know. Like, live your life. But you know what I'm saying? This will do it. I'm telling you. All right? Number one, find where people are buying vacant lots. That's your playground, right? We showed you how to do it. If you want reference to that, watch the start of the show. Next, pull your list, send out a direct mail land offer letter. Get that land offer, sorry for putting my back to you, land offer letter accepted. Do your due diligence. Make sure you understand what's going on with that property. Negotiate it once you understand what's going on here. Maybe you got it at the right price. Maybe you don't. Maybe you can't buy it. Maybe you can. Either assign it, right? Reach out to the real estate agents that are selling all the land lots. They specialize in it. They've got a whole database of people that are looking for lots, or close on that deal yourself. Flip it. Just put it right back in the market and flip it, or owner finance it for long-term passive cash flow, not as a landlord, but as a bank. This is not a rental agreement. This is a lien. This is a note. You own notes? Woo! That's the top of the pyramid, baby. All right? Now, let's get back into some questions. Right here, Daniel. When are infill lots good to go after? All the time. So what he's referring to is, you're in a subdivision, there's an empty lot, Maybe at some point the developers, or it was a bunch of different developers, just didn't develop certain lots. Maybe a house burnt down. It's just been an empty lot. Who knows, right? They're awesome. Go after them. All right. Go after them and talk to them when you're driving for dollars. When you're out there, when you're looking at like aerial maps and you're looking at, okay, what's going on in this area, what's sold, and you see a bunch of vacant lots in a neighborhood, start clicking on those lots and go after those lots. Absolutely. Absolutely a great strategy for you, especially in some of those lower price markets. I mean, if you're in the Detroits, the Clevelands, the Indianapolis, the Memphis, the Birminghams, the whatever areas that have some properties that totally fixed up, go for 100,000 or less. There's a lot of lots that you can pick up for literally nothing. And then you just sell it to the neighbor. The neighbor already thinks that they own it anyway because it's been there forever and nobody's done anything. And now they can actually take ownership for a few grand. Yeah, you make 2,000. Yeah, you make 1,500. Yeah, you make 10,000. But it all adds up. It all adds up. All right. Awesome. Jacob made a $60,000 JV on vacant land before an $120K deal. Well, Jacob, you know what time it is, bro. Come on. You thought Tom Kroll's the only one with a bell. He actually sent me this bell. Absolutely awesome. Yeah, we did. The most we've made on a vacant lot was $102,000 in Sedona, Arizona. If you haven't been to Sedona, Arizona, put it on your bucket list. It's one of the most beautiful, magical places on the planet. Apparently, there's what is it called? It's like what is it? Vortexes. Yeah, they got vortexes in Sedona where you get healed. Yeah, whatever. But it's a really cool area. But we made 102,000, not 120, Jacob. So there you go. Nelly, can you please recommend books to read? Tom Great gave some great ones. Richest Man in Babylon is fantastic. My favorite's The Go-Giver. Absolutely exceptional. There is, Luke, can you grab in my office? There's a negotiating real estate book. There's also a book that it's like Made in America or something. It's like a silvery book that's really good. I really like those books. Obviously Rich Dad Poor Dad kind of put me on this path. Definitely put me on this path. It's a great read. Think and Grow Rich is fantastic. Gets weird in some of it, but most of it's really good. And I really like just listening to anything from Earl Nightingale. He's got 2 audio programs that I really like. You can get the first one free. That's one of them, and then the other one's like a silver. It's like a almost metallic. This one's really good, guys. It's actually really good. I don't know if it's a bigger pockets. I don't think so. No, this is just a self-published. The book on negotiating real estate. I highlighted a lot of this book. It was very good, and helped for sure. So the book on negotiating real estate for our industries, very good. But anyway, the Earl Nightingale, The Strangest Secret, you can just get that on YouTube. Listen to that every single day. It's about 30 minutes. And then there's another audio program called Lead the Field that is phenomenal. All right. How to Stop Worrying and Living was recommended. That's an awesome one. What is the best skip tracing company to use? It depends on your budget. The flipfinder.ai is 12 to 14 cents, is phenomenal. Really solid. But a lot of people use Deal Machine. A lot of people are, if you look here, let me share this with you. And it's one of the tools that you need in your toolbox. But with Deal Machine, you've got these different plans, the starter and the pro, but they give you 10,000 free skip tracing. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? So, and they talk about it here, and it's really good. in the Rhino tribe, people are using this and really love it. We've used it and love it. So really, really, really good. I think that the Flip Finder ones are, obviously if you spend a little bit more, you're going to get a little bit better data. But this is really, really, really good. And you can get that with the starter plan, which is awesome. And plus you get all the lists and you get all sorts of stuff. It's awesome. Really, really, really good. Can you not find it, Luke? It's fine. It's fine. So there you go. And here we go. B. Sewell 513, is cold calling not as effective as direct mail for land? It certainly is. Yeah, I mean, listen, conversations. You want to have fast conversations with these lists. You might as well just pick up the phone, call them, right? I mean, just pick up the phone and knock it out. But it's it's phenomenal. I mean, it's a great way to get a hold of them. There it is, Self-Made in America. This is really good. This is surprisingly really. It has nothing to do with real estate. This guy owned like beauty salons, and it was a surprising read. Somebody suggested this to me, and I was like, "Huh, that looks weird," but it was awesome. So there you go. You can cold call or mail. I just think, listen, with mail, you're just going to get a way higher response in direct mail if you are sending it to land than if you are sending it to houses. Got it? Should we give away some free stuff for everybody that is participating? Thank you guys for being on here. If you're just joining us, we've gone through a ton in our first hour. But at the top of the hour, we give away either a Trapper Keeper full of a lead sheet pad, so that you can keep your leads organized, or, well, I'll just show you. Here we go. We're already getting going. Raph, in the house. How are you, brother?
Let's get it.
All right. Good to see you. Here we go. All right. So we've got a Trapper Keeper. Boom. In your face. And this will have the lead pad in it. We've got a Rhino hoodie. Perfect for all occasions. If you want to be swole at the gym, cut off the sleeves. Oh, very nice. Year round. And then we've got the classic. I am featuring it today, but here you go, the TTP t-shirt. So I've got these darts here. We'll see how many it takes. I'll grab 3. Top one will be the t-shirt. Middle one will be the hoodie. Bottom one will be the Trapper Keeper. So what are we going to go for? Ooh. Boom! Somebody's getting a hoodie. Be nice to Alejandra in the comments section. She's the one that determines it. If you have already received one, don't let her give you another one. Let somebody else get one this week, because she's a wild woman and she doesn't remember who we send stuff to, because we send stuff to a lot of people every single week. So there we go. Let's jump in before we bring Raph into it. Let me give you a few resources for everybody to use out there that we're using. We talked about Flip Finder. That's absolutely incredible. Let's not sleep on some of these other resources that you can implement. And some of these could be used for the land. U.S. lead list, guys. This is the pre-probates. This is before properties go. This is the strongest list that's being used right now in the Rhino tribe, is the U.S. leads list. See if your area is available. There's limited supply in each area, but see if yours is available. All right. And tell them the TTP. If you put in TTP when you talk to them, or when you send in your information, they hook you up. They hook you up. So boom. Make sure that you say, let them know where you came from. Next, realsupermarket.com, realsupermarket.com, probates, pre-probates, inheritance, code violations, foreclosure, pre-foreclosure, tax liens, absentees, credit repairs, among other lists. Guys, this is the source that everybody buys their data from. It is. Tell them TTP sent you. You just email them and call them up here. The information's there, and they put together the list and they send it to you. So this is the interesting about this, Raph. A lot of people just want to go in and buy a list and not talk to anybody. It's ridiculous. Great. All the people that are going to go one step forward and and be professional and call the number and or email are going to get the best lists at the cheapest prices. Everybody takes this list up and marks 50% and sells it to you under some other company. I won't mention the companies, but you're probably already buying from them. So there you go. Absolutely incredible. Next one right here. Share this. This is ttpleads.com. Look at that handsome devil. ttpleads.com. Guys, this is PPL. This is pay per lead. I want to buy you your first $250, your first $250 worth of leads. These are leads that come in from the internet, from a few different sources. These aren't some of the leads that come in from text or call. This is mostly SEO, PPC, Facebook, and YouTube. And you pick your territory, you select your times. The beautiful thing about the company right here is, and this is powered by Property Leads, is you can set it for when you can respond. Because if you get these leads, incoming leads, you have to respond in 1 minute. You get a text message with the Property Leads lead, you got to respond in 1 minute. So if you've got a lunch break, turn it on. If you're working only on the weekends, turn it on. Only nights, turn it on. Only mornings, turn it on. But that's the beautiful thing. You're not going to be missing out on leads because you're working or something, or maybe you go on vacation, you want to turn it off. It's all, you can organize it here, and they have something that's called a nationwide leads, where for $50 you can buy nationwide leads, which is phenomenal, and get leads in smaller markets, and then get just incredible deals and then sell them to people that are buying in those markets. So ttpleads.com for your paper lead. That's how, listen, we're going to go through this in one of these shows. So we're starting, Raphael, 30-day challenges. Next week, I want to do a 30-day challenge for door knocking. You in?
I'm in.
Okay,
Let's
good.
hit it.
You're the master of it. So we'll do that. But then we'll also do some for inbound leads versus outbound leads. Definitely check that out. Speaking of outbound leads, if you're really gangster and you really got your company going and you're closing 30K plus, month after month after month, you need to get pay-per-click. It's not a if, it's a when. All roads lead to pay-per-click. Go to talktopeople.com. Talktopeople.com. That's I stole guys from Google, guys. I got to see the back end of every successful campaign from a Google ad standpoint for buying discounted properties. It's an unfair advantage.
Savage.
I'm just telling you, we're going bananas. We locked up 3 already this week. It's probably 150K week. And we might have another one. I'm getting text right now. So hopefully we do. But guys, I'm telling you, inbound leads are bananas. Pay-per-click, bananas. All roads lead there. If you're ready to take it to the next level, schedule a demo. We'll break down your whole business, see if it's the right fit. All right. And that is it. That is it for and then obviously, guys, you got Deal Machine. That's who you can use for getting your skip tracing and pulling your lists and doing your driving for dollars. It's, in my opinion, it's the best app in real estate that there is. It's absolutely incredible. Okay. Oh, we got some people in for the door knocking challenge. How about that, Rap?
Bam.
Huh? I think door knocking's coming back. Door knocking, not coming back. It never left.
But people just forgot about it.
In people actually going out and doing it.
Actually, no, forget it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's a horrible idea.
Yeah.
That way I keep getting all the deals.
Yeah, that's it. How's your week been?
Really good.
Yeah.
Really good. Can't complain. Yeah. What's up, fam?
Talk to me about it. What are you locking up?
We're having issues with one of the deals, but we're closing on 2. I'm closing on a flip 2 as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a couple of things coming in. We just locked one up, I think, in Jacksonville this morning. So yeah, things are humming.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So all pre-foreclosures?
Most of them, either that or PPC.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. So
inbound.
We did a show. I mean, this is a land show. So guys, take the first part of this, and it's all about land. We're going to be bringing Brent Bowers back in, but with South Carolina going, we talked about it last week.
Yep.
Had a show, Wholesale Hotline, that we really broke it down with Jerry Norton, Jamil Damji, Pace Morby. And I've been getting a lot of people reaching out from South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Talking about game plan. What do you think they should be doing?
I mean, I think it's going to open the door for some different strategies out there. But at the end of the day, like, it's going to come down to having. I mean, you talk about this all the time. You want to get to a point where you're actually buying the deals, going
Yes.
in and then taking the deals down, buying them, and then doing whatever you want to do with them. But I mean, I think regulation is going to start just getting stricter on some of these areas, and there's going to be no other way than partner up, actually get funding behind it, and then go through the process as opposed to doing a straight up assignment.
Yeah, guys, we did a
a
show on it 3 weeks ago, breaking down the different costs involved and the strategies involved. But I think it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah,
I think it is a incredible opportunity. So guys, stick around here as things unfold. We'll keep you updated on all the different changes throughout the country. I think that it'll probably take a couple to a few years to be implemented, but I think it eventually the days of just assigning deals, unfortunately or fortunately, are going to be behind us throughout the country. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, I think just getting I think for sure most states will go to being licensed. But again, listen, we thought that when Illinois went.
Yeah, I mean,
and only like
minute.
2 other states made you get a license.
Yeah,
and
ride the
5
bicycle
years
while you
ago.
can, guys. I mean, just ride it while you can. Just understand that there's things that are happening throughout the country. You have to stay informed. The days of gunslinging, the wholesale deals are really. I mean, I think they're past. They're behind us now. But it's you have to be more. You have to become a professional at what you're doing. This is one of those areas that's no different. So
yeah.
Love
it. I want to break down this real quick, guys. I want to give you some tools here as we're getting ready for Brent Bowers to come on here. If you're wondering what the fix and flip calendar, fix and flip repair calculator, holy cow. Take a screenshot of this. You can use this. This is the square footage under 1,500, 15 to 2,000, 2,025, 2,500. That is just kind of the basics. And then any major repairs, the roof, the plumbing, the electrical, the boiler, the air conditioner, the pool equipment, the pool surfacing. If the property needs landscaping, add 10,000 to each and every one of these. Okay. Make sure that you have that. Next, if you're wondering what to offer on properties, if it's $250,000 or more, offer 50%. If it's $250,000 to $100,000, you're offering 35%. And if it's $100,000 or less, you're offering 10%. Take a screenshot, use it. All right. Next, this is the blueprints. There's 6 different marketing channels here based on 3 different factors. Are you part-time or full-time? Do you have money or no money? And are you new or experienced? All right. The different marketing channels are direct mail, referral, cold calling or text messaging, hiring a VA, pay-per-click, or pay per lead. Obviously, there's more, guys. There's radio, there's billboards, there's TV, there's door knocking.
Oh yeah,
I should put door knocking on here. I need to adjust this. Maybe you're going to convince me to adjust this.
I think so. I think that's one of the.
I think it kind of fits in the
ones, man.
It fits in the TTP and SMS section.
Well, I mean, you can do it if you don't have a budget.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't have a budget, you have elbow grease. Like, you go out there and then you pound the streets and find deals that way.
Awesome. Just be careful, guys, hiring virtual assistants that are $4 an hour to make your calls all day long. It doesn't work. You need to have critical thinking skills about buying and selling real estate. You do.
They're not going to negotiate the deals for you.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're going to send in everything to keep a job, and then it just clogs up your system. So watch out for that. All right. Here is the perfect full-time schedule. 8:30 to 9. 8:30 to 9 is your practice and role play. This is the 9 to noon is your lead generation. Noon to 12:15 is lunch. 12:15 to 1 is lead follow-up. And 1 to 5 is additional lead follow-up and appointments. Driving for dollars. Cash buyer negotiations. Boom. What do you think about that?
I like it.
I'm seeing if I can get Brent on now.
I like it. We get just a side note here on the door knocking contact rate.
Yeah,
we get a lot more.
Brent's here.
A lot more contacts between 4 and 7 p.m.
Awesome.
Just-
Brent
just
Bowers
saying.
is here, guys. The land shark is here. He's literally driving to a deal, I think, or an appointment or something. He's got a big smile on his face. His beard's looking healthy. His swoopity doopity hair is fine, and it's blonde and it's flowing, and he's ready to go. Let's see if we can get him on here. Go ahead and add him, Matt. Brent Bowers,
What's up?
you're muted.
You're muted. Bam.
Can we get him unmuted? You there? Oh, he's gone. He'll be back, guys. He's
Like a
looking good.
ghost.
Oh, yeah.
The land ghost.
The land shark. Yeah. He'll be jumping on here back in a second. That'll be awesome. So anyway, you were saying the numbers? There he is.
Yeah, no, just the contact rate for door knocking is usually higher between 4 and 7.
4 7.
4 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. Awesome. Yep. Brent.
Hey,
There he
There he
is.
this is
How are you,
great.
buddy?
I am so good. I'm so good. How are you?
We're excited to have you on here. I'll tell you that. I just went
Dude, good to
through.
see ya.
So August 2022, you and I did a live show here in Phoenix, and we went through this right here. Let's move this thing back over. We went through.
You
Here.
still have that?
I still have it. I recreated
Wow.
it, right? Playground, pull your list, send out your land offer letter, get it accepted, do your due diligence, negotiate, assign, close, flip, owner finance, get paid, be the bank. What's new and exciting? Is there any changes to that?
No, it's the same thing. Be the bank. Be the bank. Now, what's been happening is I've actually learned a lot from our rhinos, our land sharks. A lot of them are doing bigger and bigger and bigger deals. So what's that? That's made me like have FOMO, the fear of missing out. Like Alfredo Elias, one of your TTP monsters, joined land about that time.
Yep.
This guy's doing like $500,000 deals. He was today talking on one of our support calls about $15 million deals. So what is it doing? It's just kind of raising all of our boats. The tide
Yep.
is raising all of us. So I would say the only thing different in my business is I'm just getting a little bit more uncomfortable and doing bigger deals and doing more with other private lenders. It's crazy. These hedge funds are now buying land from us. What's the guy? Bo Hollis introduced me to that. You guys all know Bo Hollis. He's a rhino. So I guess that's really what's new and exciting. Just I'm getting out of my comfort zone and doing bigger land deals.
So you had $2.2 million in notes a year and a half ago. Is
Yeah.
it more? Is it less? Or what's going on with the whole owner financing land deal world?
Yeah, it hasn't went up too much more than that. Actually, Brent, I haven't really increased that much. I've been doing more cash deals.
Yeah.
A lot of times so I moved out of the 10, the 20, and the $30,000 land deals because it's harder to sell those. Not that you can't sell them, but it's more work to sell those. When you have realtors, when you move up a little bit more of a price range, like the $100,000 land deals, the $150,000 land deals, they're scary, right? A lot of people don't want to do those. But when you start doing those, more people want to work with you. Lenders want to work with you. Realtors want to sell it for you. So that's taken off the disposition side of things on my team. So technically, I was able to reduce my team by 4 people, which was incredible.
Sure.
And you're working with people that if they don't go out and hunt and kill, they don't eat, aka the realtors. If they don't sell my land, they don't get paid.
Right.
So that's kind of what's changed. So my notes haven't really increased that much. We're closing on one hopefully this week. The guy's putting $110,000 down, and he's going to pay us $667 a month, interest only for 3 years. So those are the kind of things I like doing. You know, you don't have anything left in that. We bought the land for 108, sold it for 165.
So have you adjusted the playground and the list that you're pulling then?
Playgrounds, no, not really. I want to see where land is selling. That's the playgrounds we're choosing. One thing that's really been helping me a lot lately is kind of getting away from those playgrounds that are super competitive. Here's an example, like Lehigh Acres or Palm Bay, Florida, where you see like I don't know, 150 parcels of land selling in 1 week. Yes, we can go into that area, but it's super competitive. So we're having better results now on areas where I'm having better results on areas where I'm only seeing like 6 or 7 sold in the last 90 days. Now, what that's telling me is there's not as much crazy competition out here. Land sellers are going to talk to us more, and it's a supply demand issue. So there's not a lot of, you're not seeing a ton of solds, but when you look at the supply, like, okay, what's for sale right now in the 90, or what's for sale actively currently? There's some for sale, but there's not a ton. So when we go and list our land with a land specialist real estate agent, that's the key. How do you find them? You go on Redfin and you see who's listing this stuff, and you look for a pattern. Like, okay, Jim Jones, he's the guy listing all this land. So I call Jim and I say, hey man, I got a piece of land under contract on 123 Main Street. What's your 30-day blowout price? I want to get this gone. Like, if it's sitting on the market 6 months from now, like, you're fired. I'd rather have that conversation up front. So we list it for a little bit less than everyone else, and we offer seller financing. It's like a perfect storm. They're always going to pick our land first.
Awesome. What about the list that you're pulling? Are you looking for, are you looking for like more in town? Are you looking for still out of town? Like, where do you think, because you're saying you want to do bigger deals. Well, bigger deals typically are going to be in town, right?
Oh, I mean, in town, closer to town, but the path of progress. So these guys are having to move further out of town. Like right now, we have a major home builder that wants to buy up to $25 million worth of land in Florida. So they know that they're having to go further out of town, away from the city limits. Yes, it's further from like sewer and water, but they're having to increase the infrastructure. So Brent, the answer is both. The answer is both. Like, just to do bigger deals, you just got to nail more expensive land, and you got to subdivide this stuff. I'm not doing a ton of subdivides. I like the easy peasy stuff. Yeah. But we will take on one or two of those a year in addition to what's paying the bills.
Love it. What about are you still using the same land offer letter?
Yeah, same land offer letter.
I already sent them to your website, by the way. So they're already, you know, so everybody's got access to the land offer letter that Brent's sending out. How many are you sending out on a monthly basis, bro?
It's the same thing, 500 a week. Let me tell you that keeps the deal flow coming in. We also use the Tribe postcard, by the way, in addition to that land offer letter, that handwritten black and white Tribe postcard that we all teach. It says God bless you at the bottom. It's a cheap, neutral letter. But that right there, that's giving us about 1 to 2 land deals a month. But here's what's really exploding our business right now, Brent, is reaching out to the house buyers. Like, if I Google sell my house fast, Phoenix, Arizona, and I call everyone on that list and I say, hey, I want to be your land buyer. Save me as land buyer Brent. I want to be your easy button. Call me when you get land deals. And then we get their cell phone numbers and we follow up once a month with like Call Fire or Batch or just some way to automatically text these guys. Hey, we're still looking for land deals. Send us your land deals. These guys will send us land deals and we'll pay them an assignment fee and buy it and put it on the MLS and sell it.
Are you talking about other wholesalers?
Other wholesalers, mostly house buyers.
Right. So they don't want to mess with the land. They want to get rid of that, so they bring it to you.
Exactly. And I noticed they don't do it very many times. They catch on.
Yeah, but that costs you nothing.
It costs us nothing to do that.
What's your marketing budget right now then?
Very, very, and you're gonna laugh at me. It's super cheap.
Yeah, 2,000 letters is nothing.
2,000 a month. Just call it 2,000 a month. But we're about to. I don't know if I could say this on here, but we are working with Wholesaling Inc. very closely to start getting PPC, pay-per-click leads for land. Super excited about that. So I can't wait to share those numbers.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely bananas.
I see that cost per lead being pretty low too. I have a couple of questions. One is, how do you choose the markets that you're going to tap into for land, or do you just block it out nationwide? What's up, brother?
Good to see you, man. How do I choose the markets? It's really simple. It's really simple. I want to see land selling. That way I know how to price it. That way I know what it's selling for. I can price it by the square foot or price it by the acre. But what about those non-disclosure states, right? Those places are pains in the butt.
Yeah.
Well, we do the same thing. Like for instance, like non-disclosure state, Utah, Texas, Missouri. We go on Redfin and we click on the links of the land that's selling. And then we scroll down and we see who it's listed by and who it's bought by. And again, we just copy and paste that and we find the pattern. And then we call that realtor and say, hey, you know, I'm a land investor. I'm in your area. I'm mailing to your area, but I got an issue. Can you please help me? I don't know what this land's selling for. I'm not a real estate agent. Can you send me what it's selling for as far as price per square foot or price per acre in the last 90 days? Then I know what I can pay. So that's how we pick the market. We want to see the land selling. Really, that tells me there's demand.
Love it. And then you mentioned that you're doing a lot more selling than holding and financing. Was there a particular reason for that, or is there?
No.
Are you doing a pivot, or is it just opportunity?
I want to get as much payments coming in each month because I want to be paid as long as possible on the deal. Because I don't want to be in the volume game. That's a lot of work. I'd rather, you know, have more time with my family and treat this like a real business. But when you start getting in those, like, I call it the under 300K range, when a buyer buys it, most of the time they're a builder or a developer. Most of the time they have cash available or they have lines of credit. So they don't need my stinking financing. And we're charged. The one we just got today is 14% interest. So they're not going to pay me 12 to 14% interest. They've got lines of credit. They're paying like 6%.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Makes sense.
Is that it?
Yeah.
So, Brent, what? Obviously, there's been a big shakeup because of South Carolina with with the ability to assign things and that kind of creeping around the country. What are you going to do? Are you just going to close on things if you can't assign a deal? What are you going to do?
Yeah, Brent, I've been doing a lot less assignments. I still do some in Colorado because I have such a big buyers list out there. But I'd rather sell to someone that's going to pay the most. So every time I assign something, I know I'm not getting top dollar. So I can do less deals if I'm getting the biggest spread on them. So yeah, we pivoted a while back ago. I really just started sharing with people what I'm doing. My everything, like just not keeping anything close to my chest. And I just say, hey, I'm looking to do more land deals. I'm looking to do bigger land deals. If you've got some cash sitting around, maybe underneath your mattress or in a bank account or in a crazy stock market, let's do land deals together. So I've been building a list of private lenders, and these are not real estate people most of the time. They're, you know, doctors, attorneys, you know, my in-laws, tech guys, software guys that they don't really do real estate, but they've got cash.
Yep.
They want to make a return on investment. So we secure their money with land that we're buying at less than 50, 60 cents on the dollar. We get them a lender's title insurance policy. We pay them automatic payments each month. So we're just building our business with lenders. So I'm not really doing a lot of assignments lately. So South Carolina is not going to bother us because we're going to buy it and plan on putting it on the MLS anyways. We actually just got 74 acres in South Carolina. It's actually wetlands. It's hunting land, but we should have about 100K spread on it, hopefully.
Awesome. What are you going to make this year? Your company.
I hate when you ask me this question. So
You should know better.
yeah, I should have had my numbers. Every time I get on the phone with you and Tom Croll, I don't have my numbers. So, all right, let me just tell you, last year we made $96,000 in interest payments, just collecting interest. I'm just going to say, you know, I'm a small guy doing this. No,
just your company. What's your company going to make?
We're going to do at least $1 million this year, net.
Awesome.
And I'm saying net number.
Net. And what is your role in the business? Like, what are you doing right now? Are you on an appointment? Are you in acquisitions? Are you sitting down with property owners? Like, are you negotiating over the phone? Like, what is your role in your business that you're going to net 7 figures?
Yeah. So I have 3 acquisition managers. One, he's part-time, and then we got 2 full-time guys. So the part-time guy, he's an engineer, very highly paid, loves his job. I still probably do too much in my business, but I don't do a lot of negotiation with the sellers anymore.
Yeah.
I still enjoy it. I will get on the phone with sellers. I'm like the guy that gets the funding. You know, I love working with the lenders. I love being the guy that closes it, and I'm the final say because, you know, I'm using my money or someone else's money that I'm responsible for. So I always look at the deals that we're actually going to buy. And then I have a play in the disposition side, you know, talking with the realtors, the realtors that are selling this land for us. We don't post it on our website anymore. We do have some like smaller stuff that still gets posted on our website. But what's cool about that, the realtors selling this stuff, is they have to pay for all those subscriptions to land.com and landmoto. They pay for the signs. So it's a lot less work. And then, you know, talking to the accountant, we still got the notes. So that's kind of my role, mostly dispositions and just securing the funds, making sure, because we're in the money business, all of us.
Yep.
I feel like we're money engineers. We just got to figure out how we're going to close on this land deal.
Are you using any platforms like Investor Lift to push land deals at all, or no?
No, the realtors. I'm really using the power of realtors. Now, when we have something sit for a while, it's crazy. Bandit signs still work. Facebook Marketplace still works. Craigslist.
Yeah.
Especially owner finance.
Yeah.
And who are these people that buy them, Brent? I mean, this is a question that I ask you every single time because it's still a shock to me that people will like put a down payment and make payments on some land in the middle of swamp land, or what do you call it? Marshland in South Carolina. That's for hunting. Can you just hunt anything that's on your land? Is that like, what are people doing with this land?
It's all kinds of people. So obviously builders and developers, they like the infill buildable lots in the city. We sold 5 acres in really close to Daytona Beach, Holly Hill, Florida, to 2 brothers. They were just going to split it up.
Holy Hill.
What's that?
I have 2 deals there in Holy Hill right now.
Oh, really?
Market, yeah.
Yeah, it's blowing up, man. There's a super Walmart really close to our land. You got to be careful too with land out there. It's wet. I mean, a lot of Florida land's wet. The guy who we're going to sell these 74 acres to in South Carolina is probably going to be a hunter. Now, there's some things that we've hired an attorney to get us ingress egress for that. But what's cool is we've got 10 different opportunities for that because there's 10 different landowners surrounding it. So I love probability sales. Who's the highest probable person to buy that land? Probably the neighbor.
Awesome. Yeah. Infill lots, Brent. Do you have like a quick back of the napkin calculation for what people should be offering?
Yeah. So a lot of people try and do the 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 cents on the dollar. But the more expensive you go, you can actually offer more and hopefully beat out the competition. So let's just use $100,000 lot. They're all selling for $100,000, right? The average, they're selling for $100,000. Well, okay, let's figure our attorney. We're going to pay him. I'm sorry, our realtor. We're going to pay our realtor 6%, right?
Yeah.
So there's $6,000. Let's say we want to make at least $10,000 on that. So we're a $10,000 profit, $6,000 to the realtor. Let's figure $3,000 closing costs. So what are we at? 7, 8, 9. We're at 19,000, right? What else? Oops factor. I always figure in an oops factor, like we got to put in a road or we got to do some clearing or whatever, and a buyer's discount. So what are we at now? 29,000. So just call it 30,000. So we're at 70 cents on the dollar right there. What if? And maybe I'm going to borrow the money from Raphael because he's got plenty of money. So Raphael's going to charge me 12% interest, and I'm going to hold it for, I'm going to say worst case scenario, I'm going to have to hold it for a year. So 12% on $50,000. What is that? $6,000? Something
I'll
like
give you
that.
10%.
Yeah,
just because I know you.
All right. So I'm going to pay. Let's just do easy math. So let's just say I'm going to give you like $10,000 worth of interest. So now we're at $40,000. So I need to offer $60,000 or less to do a deal with that $100,000 piece of land. So 60 cents on the dollar. And I do that backwards.
I was more like, so whenever we're comping land here in Phoenix, I look at, okay, what is the highest price home that's been flipped in the last, or new build in the last 6 months or so, 3 months, preferably. But sometimes you have to go 6 months. And I go, okay, the builders here tell me they want to be around 15 to 20% of what a fixed up house would build for, right? So I need to be at like 8 or 10% of what a fixed. So a brand new house here will go for 500,000. I need to be at 50,000. I can sell this thing for 75 to whatever, right? 100,000. Is that, are you playing around with any of that?
Only when a builder tells me what they told you, then we know where we can go. Because there's a builder he'll tell me an area like, okay, we can pay 8% of what we'll sell these houses for in this area. That's only when they give me that direction. But that's harder to find. So if you got that, that's amazing. We were able to do that several years ago too, before the prices of everything started moving. So now I just look at what parcels of land are selling for. You can see what the builders are paying for this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, sometimes there's just not a lot of comps. You know what I mean? And so this is in the city, in neighborhoods, in established. They have utilities running to them. They have streets running to them. They have sidewalks. Typically, it's just those vacant lots that are in some cities that just have never been built on. And, builders want to get their hands on it, and people just kind of own the lots, and they go, oh, I feel like, Brent, like either people want like 10 times what it's worth or they want nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're either like, you can build a skyscraper on this. I'm like, it's a 6,000 square foot single family zone lot.
It's got 7 orange trees.
What are we talking about? You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to just force a skyscraper on here. Like, you're being bananas. And then there's some people that are just like, I inherited this land. I have no idea what to do with this land. Just, make me a fair offer.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
The way that I do it is I'll look for the average price point of the average sale. How much of what's the average sale in the area, and then I'll take 20% of that, call that the land value, and then 50% of that is usually what I kick off. And it's just a quick kind of like rule of thumb offer for me. I feel like that puts me in the low range, and at least we have something that's workable. I don't know that it's dialed in, but I don't do a lot of just land stuff. So when I've done in the past, it's a good guideline.
Yeah. Brent, are you using any resources for, and I forget what the site was, but there's a really good one. It was like realtors could use it, and you had to put in a code that was just the number 1 to get in there. And there's a whole thing that shows a lot of the tax default vacant land.
No, I don't have that.
You don't have that?
I don't have access to that. We just started talking to Jordan Hannes. He's sending us tax delinquent land. So we're picking back up on that as well. For a while there, I started seeing a trend. I was like, my profits weren't that big, and though just for the tax delinquent stuff, it was crazy. We were doing larger profit with people that they weren't behind on their taxes, and they lived in that same county. So I was like, why have I been avoiding mailing these people this whole entire time? So we casted a larger net, but we still do deals with those tax delinquent. We call those the niche list. So those guys should get called and texted as well. But yeah, I didn't want to just pigeonhole myself in the tax delinquent stuff. So we were casting a larger net. When we found that area where we knew there was demand, I'm pretty much mailing everyone, whether they've owned it for 6 months or 60 years. Because what about the person that just inherited it 6 months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're not even, okay, that's a difference, because I told everybody to go 10 years of ownership back, because that's what you said, 18 months ago. So you're saying open it up to everybody.
You're right. I did say that. And I had to learn. It's crazy, because I was like, so we started, I don't know how I figured this out, but we started doing deals where I was like, wait a minute, you live in the same county? And then we found out that they had either inherited it like a year ago, or we had to help them with probate. And I was like, holy cow. That's what everyone's saying is to mail. They have to own it for 10 years and they got to live out of state. We'll keep mailing those guys. I want to mail the rest of them.
Yeah.
So now we still do deals with the people that have owned it. The one we just did, I just split a deal with a rhino, and he just asked me to fund it. And I was like, sure, I'll fund it. So it bought it for $110,000, and we were in the process of buying it. We could list it for about $236 is what the realtor told us. This is in Florida. This family had owned it. It had been in their name for like 80 years now. And it was through an estate. And we sent out neighbor letters in the process of us buying it. And the neighbor was like, I'll take it. He didn't want to pay us the $236, but he was willing to close in like 6 days, and he paid us $205. So we literally did a $95,000 assignment fee. But here's my point: that family had owned it forever.
Wait. How much did you make?
We split $90,000 or $95,000. Me and Chuck
On a piece of land.
On a piece of land. The neighbor owned 200 acres surrounding the land, and we had a 20-acre parcel. And he's like, I'll take it. And we're like, well, can you pay $236 for it? He said, no. So we just kept going back and forth. But he said, I'll close quick. And I was like, man, we don't even have to buy this. Let's just assign it. We should have double closed it, though. We really should have double closed it. You got to be careful about that.
Was that like an assemblage type of deal for the neighbor?
Yeah, he was just trying. So one thing I know about landowners, they always want more land.
Yeah. Yeah, and when they're able to, like, if you have a gap in between land and you're able to give them that gap of land that they're looking for, their entire property value goes up.
Yeah, so, it was street access. So that's also what you're right, Rafael.
Oh, there you go.
Good point.
Yeah. Yeah. So he had a couple of wins there too. Nice.
Can I share a failure that I just happened? So I bought
Hey, what are you talking about?
Oh yeah. I make a lot of mistakes still, guys.
Oh, we all do, brother.
I'm trying to help people avoid them. So make sure when you're buying land, you call the county, make sure you can get a actual building permit for this land.
Yeah.
So just bought a piece of land for $115. I had legal ingress, egress. I actually went and looked at this land too. Beautiful land, nice dirt road access, actually grass road. The neighbor was using the same road. I was like, no brainer. Well, now the land's been sitting for a while, and I'm like, why is this not selling? It's priced better than everyone else. So I call the county. I'm like, hey, what can I build here? Because I was like, I'll just build on it. We'll put some modular homes. Like, you can't build on it. You can't get a permit to build on this. You need to put in asphalt roads with storm drainage. And I'm like, I got really sick to my stomach. I was like, I just wasted $115,000 on non-buildable land. I can't miss this. And so if I can help anybody else, call the county. Like, do your due diligence.
Yeah. Who do they talk to at the county?
Yeah, they can talk to the building department as well as planning and zoning.
Yeah.
So that's it's that simple. Now, I'm not quitting. I hired an attorney. I'm going to sue the county, by the way, because I want a special exemption. I want a special exception to build on this because the neighbors built on the property. I should be able to access the same roads.
Yeah.
You're a very special person. You'll probably get it.
They'll get it.
I pray I will. I hope so. So
best of luck on that, brother.
When you call the planning and zoning department, what information should you have ready? Because a lot of these properties don't have addresses, right? Yeah. And so you can't just call up and go, hey, I got a lot in, in Mojave, and I want to know if I could build on it. And then they go, okay, what do they need?
The assessor's parcel number, the APN. Colorado, they call them schedule numbers, but APN. And I love, guys, like, one of my favorite apps is Landglide. You can get a free, like, I think 30 days access to it, and then it's $9 a month. But you can put the APN number, Landglide. It shows you how much wetlands and woody area it is. But when you put the APN and you don't put the dashes or the dots, so eliminate that. And what's cool is, like, you can put in, like, one of our company names, and you can see what we own all over the United States. It's scary how much data we have now.
Landglide, $9 a month. Do you have a affiliate or anything for that?
No, I don't have, I don't think they offer affiliates.
Okay, got it. Landglide, guys, there you go. So if you're wondering what is the assessor part, essentially, guys, it's the tax ID number. That's what all properties are registered with the counties and certainly the zoning and planning departments. But if you have that ready, then you can get your answers a lot faster and not, make the people down at the planning and zoning and building department pissed off at you. So make sure that you have the APN number ready. And what kind of things are you looking for? Are you looking for utilities? Are you looking for easements? Are you looking for, highest and best use, all those things?
Yeah, when you start so we got a commercial property that came through today, and it's really hard to figure out what those are worth because the highest and best use. that's where you got to find one of those really good commercial real estate agents to help you with that. But yeah, with vacant land, you can kind of see the comps in the area. But yeah, we want to know, how do you access the land? Is it legal access? Is there, like, if you're just starting out in this, get stuff that's right on a road. Be very careful with that landlocked stuff or the grass road ingress, egress, like I was just talking about, because that was my biggest thing, is like, do I have legal access? Oh, no problem, I'm good. No, not the case with this one. You want to know where the water lines are at, or would you need to drill a well and use septic? Colorado, another thing that burnt me in Colorado, you need at least an acre in El Paso County to build on, or you got to be connected to the sewer. So little things like that, that's where that land sales specialist real estate agent is going to be worth $1 million, really.
Yep.
I
feel like they're all old. I feel like there's no young land specialist when I talk to. I remember we were doing a bunch of land deals, and everybody that I talked to was like, at least here, I mean, we're in the Southwest, and it was all just these guys that have been doing it forever, and they sell ranches, and they've been ranching, and they're getting in their trucks, and they're, they're wearing the boots, and they're doing that type of thing. Is that all throughout the country?
No. Florida's a little different. I think I was in elementary school with the guy that's helped me with most of our Florida land
Nice.
data. Me and my son were looking through yearbooks last night, and I was like, wait a minute, is that the Daniel Castaneda I've been working with? And he's in a different city now, but I got to ask him if we went to the same elementary school. But
that's
I'm
awesome.
old too, though, so maybe.
Brent, people want to learn from you. They want to be in your world. How do they find out? Where do they go?
First, listen to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast. Every Friday, we do a case study. Go to wholesalinginc.com/land. wholesalinginc.com/land. Schedule
Awesome.
that.
Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Are you on YouTube? What are you doing?
We're worldwide. We're everywhere. Yeah, Brent L. Bowers. And yes, the L stands for land. Brent L. Bowers.
Oh, that's awesome. Brent, thank you so much for spending some time with us. I know you're out and about. So valuable. You're the best. Thank you, Brent.
Good to see you,
Thanks,
brother.
guys. Good seeing you. Bye-bye.
Awesome. There you go.
Man, he's
So
been doing it for
don't overthink it, guys. Really important update there. Don't worry about how long they've owned it, and don't worry about what do you say? The length of ownership he wasn't concerned about, and he's going for bigger deals.
Yeah,
bigger deals.
he said the sweet spot was between the 100 and 150K range. That's what he's looking at right now.
Yeah,
So pretty interesting.
that's awesome. Yeah, how's your workouts? You know what time it is? It's the meathead moment. Then we're going to give another giveaway. Raphael's going to throw 50 darts to hit one balloon here. And we're going to be giving away a hoodie and a t-shirt, guys. Coming up at the top of the hour in 15 minutes, we got Elijah Bryant. He was he's got an incredible story, and he's done so many land deals that it's totally changed his life. And he's one of the loudest people I've ever seen that is excited about doing land deals. And he's got a really, really, really awesome perspective and experience. So, yeah, anything changing with your workout?
Protein intake is a lot higher.
Whoa.
Yep.
For bulking or what?
Yeah. So remember I told you I wanted to drop body fat, but kind of keep the weight.
Yep.
So I'm hovering between 175, 178, which is good for me.
Yep.
But
we'll see in a second. Guys, we weigh in every week.
Yeah.
This is just a little fun that we have, but it's important to set goals for your health as well. Whatever it is, whatever you're looking at there, whether it's putting on muscle or losing fat, or just getting in your heart in better shape, or your mind in better shape. But I'm telling you guys, if I go more than 72 hours without some form of exercise, the demons start creeping in.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? The idle demons. You know what I mean? The just self-doubt, or just slower and fuzzier, and just not as electric.
I get triggered real easily.
Huh?
I get triggered a lot easier when I
gosh,
I haven't worked out, and I haven't like all that energy's inside, and I haven't just,
especially with like little kids and they're just like papa papa. You're like, wow. Anyway, let's see what we weigh in this week, guys. Make sure that you're setting some health goals for yourself. I've been doing more just bodybuilding type stuff. Almost there, Raph. 101. 101. 101.1.
101.
101.
Bro. And you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing, right? But this guy is looking lean.
Look at this.
You know, the
In your
camera
face.
adds 10 pounds.
In
but
your
you're looking
face.
pretty. You're looking
What
pretty
are
lean,
we
bro. I
at?
like it.
What are we at? I'm no Rafael Cortez, but prove it. We show the deals that we do, and we show how much we weigh in this show.
So yeah, 180. Take away a couple pounds.
Yeah.
About 177.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Putting it on. Awesome. 201. Did I say 101? 201.
Like that's a lot of.
Could you imagine if I weighed 100 pounds?
That's one arm.
That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Jeez. You know, you look at a number and you think that you've seen it a bunch of times.
You
and
can
act. Yeah, exactly. Listen, if we can make millions, you could certainly do it. I went back on the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, my original intro, which is welcome to the Wholesaling Inc. podcast, America's #1 podcast for new real estate investors, where we know finding discounted property is the most proven path to financial freedom. I'm your host, Brent Daniels, Mr. TTP, and I'm telling you this, if I can do it, so can you. So let's get started. So it's the absolute truth, guys. I'm telling you, you don't even have to distinguish between ones and twos in this business and still do. This is why Jeremy and Jackie run everything for me. You know what I mean? I'd be making crazy offers out there. That's funny. So yeah, guys. Just make sure. I mean, and this is something that I didn't do for a very long time, but go to the doctor once a year. You know what I mean? Go to the doctor, get checked up, maybe go to the dentist, do some of that stuff. You know what I mean? I get it. Like things get tight and life gets going. But like take care of yourself. Take a little bit of time. I know that you're like, oh no, they might tell me something I don't want to hear or any of that stuff. You want to know it.
Yeah.
You want to know it. And by the way, there's some awesome resources now. I feel like things are really upgrading where you can go to like a longevity doctor where they take your blood and they run methylated tests on your DNA and they look at all of your, they take a EKG and they look at everything and they just look you up at the top to bottom, and it really helps to determine what you should be doing exercise and fitness wise. You know what I mean? Because the name of the game is longevity. You know what I mean? The name of the game is not only longevity, but doing it and having the energy to just take some massive action. So, guys, we encourage you not only in real estate, but also in your health. Make sure that you're getting some exercise. It's that time, right? It's the time of the year where everybody can get outside, move around, do some fun stuff. Yeah, you're gonna get sweaty. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, you'll get some sun on you, but try to get out and about and do something. And if you want to be a meathead, hit me up and I'll tell you what we're doing workout wise. But I got a trainer 3 days a week. It's a coach. I've been working out for forever. It's not like I don't know how to work out, don't know how to put together workout plans, diet plans, any of that stuff. But it is
they step up your
game.
You
need a coach. You need a coach. You need somebody to push you. You need somebody to keep you accountable. So
I'm doing the same thing. Yeah.
I spend a lot. I spend, he's $125 a session. That's 3 sessions. Technically 4 because we do a stretching thing, but I think that's like $80. And then what else? I get a massage. I have that. It's a cool app called what is it? It's like a massage. It's not an app. It's like maybe it is an app. It's like they come to your house and give you the massage, and Aaron and I will go back to back, and that's awesome. We'll do that at least once a month, which is great. And I do some other stuff. I don't know. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, you have to pay attention to your body. Like it really comes down to that.
Yeah.
And try it. If you haven't been, somebody who's active, for, most part or whatnot, when you start doing it, you get hooked on it. You start thinking clearer. You start, having more motivation, more energy. That 3 p.m. wall that we often hit, it doesn't come as hard.
No.
Yeah.
Look at this. Michael, boom, got my first wholesale deal closed with vacant land in March, working on building that pipeline. Man, come on. I love it. Congratulations. Listen, when you cross that bridge from faith to fact, it is a beautiful, beautiful,
concept.
beautiful day. Now just rinse and repeat and go and go and go and build that pipeline. Nelly, congratulations. You wake up at 5:30 a.m. and get it done before the kids get up. My wife loves doing exercising in the morning. Loves it. Erin loves it. She goes out and she'll do the yoga. She's got a trainer twice a week. She loves getting it done early.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Every time I work out
What time do
early,
you wake up?
I wake up at 6:40.
6:40.
Yep. 6:40 is when I wake up.
Yeah, I've been a little lazy lately, but
What time?
5:30, between 5:30 and
I just can't do it.
6:30.
I just can't do it.
It's when I'm out and about, and I've been hitting 6:30s, 7,
Yeah.
lately. So I need to get my stuff back in check.
Do you go to bed at the same time as Odette?
No.
Right.
No, she passes out and I'll
Yeah.
stay up and
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
just like watch TV.
It's really interesting. It was something I talked to my older cousin about, and he's like, it's so critical that you go to bed at the same time and you have the same night routine and all this stuff. And I was like, that ain't happening.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't happening. Because there's sometimes, like I was up preparing for this last night, going through, making sure I understood the process that Brent was going through and really breaking it down. And I've got a couple other things that I'm working on presentation wise. And it's just, you can't do that when the kids are up. You can't do that after dinner. You can't do that with, it's like as soon as I get home from whatever, 5:30, 6 o'clock to bedtime at 8:30, it's go time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're running around, we're riding bikes, we're playing baseball, we're playing soccer, we're flying around, doing whatever, we're eating, we're then going and getting dessert or not. Or, you know what I mean? There's just no way. And Aaron's in bed by 9:15. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I'd be curious. Let me know how many people go to bed at the same time as their spouse in here. That'd be interesting. And by the way, if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, make sure that you subscribe. It'll make Luke so happy. He's really pushing to get us to 100,000 subscribers, which would be a huge accomplishment for us. We've been doing this for years and years. So if you're getting value, make sure that you hit that subscribe button.
Bam.
Come on. You're up. Throw those darts, bro.
Let's go.
Yep. So we've already given away a hoodie. We've got a hat. I'm sorry. Well, we have some hats again. So let us know if you want a hat or a shirt. Top one's going to be a hat or shirt. Middle one's going to be a hoodie. Bottom one's going to be the Trapper Keeper filled with a lead sheet. Ref's getting pretty close here.
I don't know.
Right there. Boom. Blue tape. Blue tape. There you go. All right. Hit that thing. First one. I believe in you today. Oh, that almost went into the wall, bro.
I should probably aim for the center.
Yeah, probably. There, we're giving a hoodie away again. There we go. We're going to give a hoodie again. The CEO, the way that the winner's chosen is you be real nice to Alejandra in the chat. Alejandra, will you come out here real quick? Where's Alejandra so that they know who they're messing with, okay? Where's she at? Is she back there? What is she doing? Are you barefoot? What is going on? I could say something right now, but I won't. Oh, and you look nice. Look at that. Come here. There she is. How do you choose the winners?
I don't know.
Oh, she doesn't know. Okay, so it's a gut thing. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alejandra, for joining us.
Very
Guys, we got
very
Elijah
gracious.
Bryant popping in here in about 5 minutes. It's going to be absolutely incredible. He's going to give his strategy on getting land deals. We heard Brent's. Again, let's recap real quick. If you're just joining us now, first you got to pick your playground. This is where there is demand for land. We showed you how to pull that through Redfin. You can see it through. You can pull it through Zillow as well. I like the way that Redfin does it. It's a little bit clearer. You're going to pull your list. You're going to send out a land offer letter. We also have that included. It's in the chat. The link there. Everything. You got it. You're going to get that accepted. Make sure, guys, tip that you have a fax number, have a return mail. PO box or whatever it is that you need. You can get both of those digitally. You don't have to go and actually get a mailbox. It's a lot easier if they just scan it in and send it to you. Do your due diligence, just like Brent was saying. He might be on the hook for 115K.
Yeah.
He might have lost that.
Yeah.
At least part of that.
Bad land purchase.
I'll tell you what, that seller, That seller's like,
so happy.
oh, what an idiot, right? You know what I mean? Negotiate it, assign or close it, flip it when you close it, or do an owner finance to get the passive cash flow. Brent makes about $100,000 a year just on this passive cash flow. He was saying before it was actually higher. He was getting 17,000 a year. So he's really moved a little bit from this, which he still loves doing. Because he creates notes here to more of a flip, it sounds like, and just getting big checks.
17,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
17,000 a month. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. There you go. So it's, yeah.
Awesome.
So there we go. It is what the wholesaling world need. I'm telling you, I'm glad to be back. You know, we paused the show for about a year. We were going for a couple years, and just wanted a different format and wanted to think about it and bring really interesting people on and give you really just pure instruction. And of course, getting Tom Croll on every week is just a bonus. That's that's just absolutely incredible. Thank you for the love, guys. If you are enjoying this, let me know. Yeah. Get us some more likes. That'd be awesome. We're 2 hours in. We've got an incredible audience here, and we should have Elijah Bryant here in just a minute. So listen to this, though. Literally, as I'm sitting here, I'm looking through my phone, right? Because my dad's sending me CFO stuff, you know, what the profit and loss is so far this month and what bonuses are and all that stuff. And I get a text from, hi, it's Bob from Prime Plus Hard Money. I saw you closed on your property using hard money loans. Want to let you know our competitive rates and terms start as low as 10%. So 10% interest with funding up to 90% of the purchase price. We can approve and fund within 24 hours. Can I send you more info? Guess what, guys? Guess what the changes in the regulations for assignments? It's going to bring all the money guys out.
Oh, yeah.
All the money, baby, because they are going to. I'm telling you, hard money lenders just added. If you can't assign, and guys, this is going to be years. So, I mean, let's not get freaked out, but make some plans, right? Let's be smart. Let's be forward thinking. Let's evolve in our business. If we can't assign it or market a property, it's more market a property before you own it. If the rest of the dominoes fall, like South Carolina, and I think it's going to be a while again. I think it's going to be like 100. No, it's got to be more. It might be. It's probably 10,000 per market, maybe 12,000 deals per market. In major markets, let's say that in different states, let's say that, you know, wholesaling is prevalent in 45 of the 50 states.
Yeah.
Bro, that's 500,000 extra deals for these lenders.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
They're going to have to get into play.
That's a half. Oh boy. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, guys, get ready. Get excited. This is going to be a lot of fun. Elijah, I haven't talked to you in a while, so I'm really excited to catch up here. But you've done amazing things. I love your content. I love what you've been putting out. You've gone absolutely bananas since the last time that you were in here and we had our interview. So, guys, Elijah Bryant, Land Master here. How are you?
Doing, everybody? I'm doing good.
Great to see you. So what is going on with you and Land?
Land is everything right now. It's selling so fast. Deals is coming through, you know, working with the community. You know, thank you for having me on, because a lot of people that come to me filter from you. And
awesome.
You know, I've closed a lot of deals with people. So yeah, Land is everything right now.
Elijah, what were you doing before real estate so everybody knows?
I was door dashing, delivering food, you know, joined a real estate company. And that's really how I got my start. Watching your podcast, you was interviewing another student of yours, and then I ended up working for him before I started doing it myself.
Yeah. Awesome. And so from there, I mean, you've just exploded. Like how many land deals are you doing? What does it look like now in 2024? How you find them? Let's get into all of it.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm at around 300 plus deals now.
Awesome.
Yeah. So how I find them is I start off by, you know, going on Zillow, seeing where a lot of land is selling.
Yep.
So I usually put, land lots on Zillow sold in the last 30 days. And then when you remove boundary, it shows you all the lots that sold across the nation. So what I usually do is I pick pockets where I see a good amount of lots selling. And if it's for a good price, I know that it might be a market that I should put my marketing dollars to.
And what are you doing for lead generation?
So right now, I always start off with text messaging.
Awesome.
Yeah, then the people that don't answer my text messages, we put them in a cold call campaign. And then if they don't answer the cold calls, I send them direct mail.
I love it.
The people throughout the process, we just follow up with them. The one thing I noticed with land is, pricing is going up each month, especially in Florida. So a no today might be a yes tomorrow.
Sure.
That's how we're getting deals right now. A lot of people that were saying no to our offer 2 months ago is saying yes now because pricing went up.
I love it. So you sent who are you using? What platform are you using for text?
So for text, I use REI Cash.
REI Cash.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Do you have an affiliate for that?
I do. I can send you over the link after.
Well, let's put it in there now so people can see it. But if you have it, just pop it into the chat there. That way, people. Why do you like REI Cash as opposed to like a Launch Control or REI Reply or something like that?
So the reason why, honestly, is because the person I work with, they're the owners of REI Cash.
Yeah.
So it just makes it easier to communicate with them directly. But what I noticed with REI Cash is they could also do all forms of marketing with that one website or one service.
Tell me about it.
So you could cold call and direct mail.
They have a dialer?
That's where they have a dialer as well. They do skip tracing as well.
All in one.
All in one. So that was the problem. I was disorganized when I was first starting out. But once you have everything in one system, if they don't answer my text messages, we're getting on the dialer. If they don't answer the dialer, we know now to send the mail out for the mail campaign.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So from a text and calls and mail perspective, what's kind of like, do you have kind of numbers on how many texts you send a month, how many calls, how many pieces of mail?
So in terms of texts, we usually send around 600 to 700 a day.
Awesome.
A lot of these lists aren't super big, so it allows us to hyper focus on the people that say yes and see where we could go with them either today or in the future. In terms of text, cold calls, we have a lot of cold callers right now. Consistently, I probably have around 10 to 15 cold calling for me. So yeah, we're just dialing all day. And then in terms of direct mail, it's usually probably, I don't know exact number amount, but I usually spend around 600 to 700 a week on direct mail.
Okay.
Yeah.
All land.
It's pretty on par
All
to
land.
Bro, you're going after the whole country or what?
So right now I've been hyper focused on Florida.
Sure.
It's so much happening in Florida that it's if I focus out of state right now, it kind of derails my focus on the Florida market.
Right.
And deals is just filtering nonstop because pricing is increasing. As inventory goes low, the prices increase. So I'll give you an example. When I first got on your show, probably 2 years ago, there was this one area, Port St. Lucie, lots were selling for $25,000. Now in that market, lots are selling for 150 plus.
Oh,
so that whole time I was gaining, I was buying lots, but I was also selling them as those prices increase.
Sure. So what's selling? What's working? Is it big lots? Is it small lots? Is it subdividing lots? Is it infill? Is it on the path of progress?
Are you targeting specific price points?
So not specific price points. What I focus on is what the builders are focusing on. So that's where the type of lots. So different, how should I say this? All right. In different parts of Florida, you might have a lot that's 50,000 square feet, but that in that area, that's their common size.
Sure.
You might go into another part of Florida where it's 10,000. So I mainly focus on what the builders in those areas is focusing on. And then I kind of just reverse engineer, figure out what price they're paying, and I just offer lower than that.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
And how much lower?
I personally try to start off at 10,000 lower. Reason being is because a lot of these lots aren't like selling for 100,000 plus.
Right.
So a lot of them is in around the 50, 60,000 range. So I don't want to offer too low and then somebody come in and just get the deal, because I also teach a lot of people. I show them my markets as well. So that's when they could just sweep in. So I want to be 10,000 so where it's reasonable and I can still make money. And right now it's just more so like a volume play.
How can people find out more about your coaching?
Yeah, so I have a platform, EDB Academy on YouTube. And then from there, you know, I do
EDB Academy?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Is that your website as well?
So landyourfirstdeal.org is my website.
Come on.
Yep.
Land. I love it. Landyourfirstdeal.com. Will you put that in the chat? And also, what was your? Is it a website, or is it a for REI Cash? Your affiliate on there. I want to make sure that you get credit for that. What's so we could plug it in for you if you just tell us.
Yes, REI Cash, and then it should pop up my name. Let me see if I could pull it up real quick. But yeah, so those are the websites. Mainly how I'm finding the market is through Zillow. Yep. So for people that's watching this, go on Zillow. It's a free website. Put in your specific area, see if it's a lot of lots are selling. Let's say 15 plus within the last 30 days. That's usually a good benchmark for me. Even when I'm looking out of state, because I've closed deals, you know, in Arizona, North Carolina, all these different states. So if you got an area where 15 plus lots are selling, that's a perfect area to focus on. I'll give y'all one tip. In Arizona City, focus on that market.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of infill selling over there. So you guys in Arizona, focus on that market. You guys might be able to jump in and get a deal real quick just in that market because pricing increases.
I love it.
Are you? I have a question. Are you doing anything special or anything different with the lists that you're pulling and the avatar of the seller that you're looking at?
So me personally, I have my VAs, my virtual assistants, drive for dollars using Deal Machine, and they'll virtual drive for dollars. Me personally, I like to only look for lots that are next to houses, because if I'm making an offer and they accept it, I know 100% of the time or 90% of the time it's a deal because it's next to a house.
Sure.
I only focus on lots that are next to a house, or, you know, two parcels next to a house. And then we just make offers like that. So I don't do like probate or things like that. We just virtual drive for dollars. And we just try to get every lot that's next to a house.
Love it. And are you signing them? Are you flipping them? What are you doing?
So right now is I'm actually in the process of becoming a developer. So I just took classes last week. So I'm taking my test in 2 months. So just studying for that. But look, I've been buying some. So whenever I get that license, I can start building. And then right now, just selling as well.
You're selling them from, like, you're wholesaling them, or?
Oh, yeah. So assigning them.
Yeah.
And then what I also been doing lately is to increase my fees is I've been taking down the property myself, doing an environmental study, doing a survey, and then relisting it back on the market to increase my, you know, my spreads. Those are usually where I get the better spreads.
What's the average spread that you're seeing?
The average is around like 5 to 7. I would say on average. And then if I'm taking it down, doing the environmental study, I usually get 20 plus on those.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What are you gonna build?
So single family and multifamily. So that's the goal right now. We've been taking down a lot of multifamily.
I love it. Isn't this the best business? You start out and you just find some deals.
Yeah.
You sell it to the people that are a few steps ahead, or at least have a different strategy or different business that they're running, whether it be flipping, whether it be buy and hold, whether it be developing. And listen, those are different businesses. Don't try to squish them all into the same business. You've got a business that's going to wholesale. You got a business that's going to flip. You got a business that's going to hold rentals, and you got a business that's going to develop. But the business of wholesaling, the business of getting these, getting those big cash, payments, getting the income, that's what funds all the rest of these exciting things.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Exactly. 100%.
Now you're going to develop multifamily, you wild man.
Yep, and hopefully I don't even want to sell those. I want to just cash flow those. So that's the
build the rent for sure.
Build to rent.
Yeah.
And just keep going, scale it from there. I want to say this one thing, right?
Yeah.
Most people, it's not typical that first year you just come out the gate swinging. But what I tell my students is if you do this consistently, what I notice, if you stay consistent within 4 years, your life could change doing this.
For sure.
And each of us went from, freshman year to sophomore year, junior year. It's the same thing with this. Once you get to that 4th year, I feel like everything just turns up even more. So you just got to stay with it.
Well, listen, this is a skill-based business. It is. And how do you develop skills? How do you build a really strong mindset to think of bigger things, bigger projects? Is you have to get the experience. You have to put in you got to put in the work. You got to do the deals. You got to move the deals. You got to pull the list. You got to test the list. You got to have conversations with property owners. You got to see what happens to the deals that you sell other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you level up.
That's for sure. That's what I'm actually starting to get into right now. Like all my builders that I sold lots to in the past, I'm looking at markets that they're going to. So that's where I'm catching the opportunities before everybody else. So that's what we're doing with multifamily because they're switching zoning a lot in Florida. So if I see a builder, okay, they just bought 2 multifamilies in this area. All right, let me look around the surrounding area. And that's how I'll tell you one deal from one of my students, actually.
Yeah.
He found a lot. This is actually like a single family area. So, everybody was offering to sell it low. He offered a little bit higher, got it. Now, when I looked at it, I started noticing that they're changing the zoning around the area. So I took it down. He made $5,000 fee for me. And then I relisted on the market for $20,000 more. And offers was just ringing in nonstop. And I ended up selling that and made $30,000 from it. And it was just for me knowing that the zoning was switching based off of the builders buying. So
you said it really quick, but you capitalized twice on that. First on the 5K that you pulled out when you took it down. Is that what you're saying? And then
so he made $5,000 from the assignment fee when I bought it. Yep. So I paid him out, re-put it on the market, and just tripled that.
Well, and you can listen, guys. It's public information. You can get public information that shows you the master plan that the county or the state
what's coming up,
or the city or whatever it is. You got to determine it in your own area what they're planning on doing. Like for example, here, Elijah, we've got a huge $44 billion microchip plant by TSMC being built in North Phoenix, where it's literally the middle of the desert. Like there's a freeway, I-17 goes there, but it is desert. And then I get the Arizona Business Review little newspaper, and they're talking about how all of a sudden developers are starting to buy up all the land around them because people aren't going to want a long commute.
Yeah,
that's the opportunity right there. That's opportunity. Another thing I want to tip that I could give you guys based off of the strategy you just mentioned was you guys could go to the property appraiser site, right?
Yeah.
You put one of these big time builders, put their name in the property search, and it will pop up all the lots that they own. See what they bought recently. That's going to give you the pricing. That's going to get you the zoning that they're focusing on. So it's a lot of information in the free that you guys can find out and make a deal happen too.
I love
like
it. I love it. Absolutely incredible. What are you going to make this year? Come on, let's get to the nitty gritty.
Hopefully another 7-figure year.
That's it.
Right now we're doing really, really, really good. So
What does
you
your
know,
family think, Elijah? Are they all working with you or want to work with you, or like, what the hell are you doing? Are you just like keeping to yourself? What does your family think?
So I'm actually in the process of getting them on the dialer as well.
Awesome.
Just by making calls, because I'm telling them this is that opportunity. Pricing is going up 10, 15,000 on a monthly basis. So this is how they could come in and make a quick 5, 10K on the side just by working with me. So that's what they've been doing, but they're super happy, inspired, and they're looking to do better things themselves just based off of my testimony.
That's amazing. What's your Instagram and website again?
Yeah, so the website is landyourfirstdeal.org. My Instagram is Book of Eli. I'm gonna put that in the chat. I put the REI Cash link if you guys are interested in joining REI Cash. That's gonna give you a 7-day free trial, so you guys could play with this, see if this is something you want to do. Awesome. And then I would say just tap in. I do free classes. Sign up for the link in my Instagram bio, and then just market. That's all you got to do. Whoever markets the most is going to win. Whoever does it consistently is going to dominate. So
that's awesome. I love how loud you are about it. I love what you've done over the last couple of years, and I'm excited to see what you develop and build and do all that. So you're incredible. Thanks for being on here.
You are too. Thank you. Appreciate it,
brother. Awesome. And I'm telling you, that's how, you start building momentum. You start building momentum. You get into this business full time, and then you start getting you start figuring out which path you want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He was talking about, pounding it for 4 years. Right before he saw it consolidate, and then we have people jump in after a week like, no, this doesn't work, and then they step out.
Listen, if you consistently have conversations, make offers, it's going to take you 7 years.
Yeah,
7 years is on the is the average, but you'll be a millionaire.
Yeah,
seriously, take home, business, millionaire, assets, the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
people want it faster. I get it. Do more.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, there you go.
But the thing is, honestly, if you look at being an entrepreneur, and especially a real estate entrepreneur, you're going to take some L's. You're going to take some big L's throughout that 7-year process, and you're going to pay the stupid tax, and you're going to do some things here and there that are going to distract you. You're going to hire too fast and then really reduce your income. You're going to hire too slow and stay in the pocket too long and not get as big as you can. So it's a dance, but that's the whole thing. It's the journey. But there was a TikTok that I started this off with a little kid talking about we can't control the wind. We can only control, where we put our sails, right? And it's just how do we adapt? How do we make sure that when things happen, we're able to adapt and change? And that's real estate. It always has been. And it was
trench work. I mean,
it was good.
It's the trench work when you're in there. I mean, at first, when you're getting into it, you're going to be, watching a lot of videos and then doing some, taking action. And it's almost, somewhat disorganized, right? We don't know what to look for. Then as we gain more and more experience and we go through the process, we start to gain acuity into the stuff that matters, right? So for example, now he's seeing opportunity that he wasn't seeing when he got started. Why? Because the experience wasn't there. So we can, dive into all the theory that we want, but nothing changes until we're in the trench, actually putting in the time and doing the work.
Yep.
So yeah, it goes to show, right?
The levels in this game are all about recognizing potential.
Yep.
And if you're being really smart during this era that we have now, where we can assign deals, market them before we own them, we essentially flip houses without owning them.
Yeah.
It's the greatest.
Yep.
And when that era comes to an end, we can have the skills to be able to adjust. But the fact is, I think everybody on here will recognize and understand the skill of finding discounted property. And it's not even discounted. It's just, it's as is property, but finding property owners that want to trade price for speed and convenience. They don't want to do the fix up. They want to get rid of this property. They the opportunity there and the skills that you build there will always be around.
Yeah.
It just depends on how you direct it. So I love this business. This business has completely changed my life, and it has for so many others.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it is the business that you're looking for. It's that long-lasting, real business. It's not a fad. It's not something that's just cool right now because the technology makes it cool. It's still human. People are trying to make this all AI and shit. It's not. Come on. It's just not real. But yeah, go and do your thing. Awesome. Stephanie, married 22 years and we have never, ever gone to bed at the same time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go. Very interesting. I like this one. Isn't all of Arizona desert? Yes, except for our mountains. I do. You drive 2 hours outside of Arizona, which I'm doing this Friday. Go up for Memorial Day to the cabin. Got a log cabin. It's in the woods. It snows there.
Yeah, there's snow in Arizona.
There's snowboarding. Well, no, not now, but during the winter.
Man, I think Arizona is one of the best kept secrets. There's so many beautiful places, so much beautiful country
and
out there.
We're 4 hours away from the Sea of Cortez.
Yeah. I have a sea you guys can all come to and visit.
You can go to an awesome beach, 4 hour drive. You do another 4 hour drive, you're in Vegas. You do another 5 hour drive, you're in San Diego. And all of those are accessible in like a hour-long plane ride. All right, we're going to give our last giveaway, guys, and we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you for joining us. This is the new part of our series that we're going to be doing on Wednesdays, which is our 30-day deal challenge. Guys, go through this, implement what you think is best for you, whether it's a direct mail or if it's calling or texting, and go after and find these opportunities. We gave you the exact blueprint to be able to go and find land deals in the next 30 days. So go take massive, imperfect action. All right. And I'm going to throw this. I'm going to try to give away. We've already given away. What was the middle one? Shirts? Oh, somebody wants a Trapper Keeper? Maybe. All right. Here we go. Let's bring everybody in. Trapper Keeper's the top one. Oh, come on. Boom. It's the second one. We just need, we're too good. We're too good. That was good. Come on in, Luke, Matt, Alejandra, if you're there. Guys, we love you. Make sure that you like and subscribe. If you got value out of this, put some comments in there. Let everybody know where you're doing business. On behalf of Matt and Luke and Raphael and myself, go out there, take massive imperfect action, and Alejandra, of course. Protect your health. Increase your value to the world, and keep your house clean. And you'll live a fantastic. I did that out of order. Keep your house clean, protect your health, and increase your value to the world, and you'll live a fantastic life. We'll see you next week. Love you.